This is the first animal we've ever had on set.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey, and I'm with Garnt and Connor, and I'm with this person. Who are you?
I'm Jessica, and I am this person. How's it going?
Jessica, and I'm this person.
Hello.
So yeah, we're with Jessica Nigri.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm super good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah, because you don't live in LA.
No, we drove in from Arizona with Ryan, my boyfriend, and my doggy Kato.
Hey, yeah, we posted a picture on Twitter.
Yeah.
People saw of Kato wearing the Trash Taste bandana that you made.
I did. I made
without
it
our
like 2 hours.
consent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, sue me.
I'm afraid now people are gonna think we've actually gotten a dog
Yeah.
for the office.
No, I've already seen the replies, and people are like, they got a dog. Best podcast confirmed.
We can barely
No,
take care of the podcast.
Yeah.
How can we take care of
I
the
can
dog?
take care of a dog.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
take care of a dog. So I guess explain to people who are watching this, who perhaps may not know who you are and what you do.
I'm an elder hoe. I've been around. I've been around
Is
for
that the technical
millennia.
term?
Yes, and that or eldritch whore. So I've been
that the new
around
From
for
Software
a long
game?
time.
Are you
I'm the final boss.
It's the maiden.
The boss bar comes out, Elder Ho.
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah.
But
I've been around for a long time.
have.
I've done cosplay. I've done voice acting. I've done some stuff I can't talk about that I can tell you guys off camera.
Oh.
It's not weird, but it's cool. Fuck. I've just been around for a really long time, and I'm very grateful that I'm still around.
How did you get your start? Because I don't
was a
even know.
mistake.
Yeah, what
It was
happened?
all a mistake. It was all a
It was
random...
it was the Pikachu cosplay,
It was
right?
the Pikachu. Okay, so I would grew up with I grew up getting bullied to shit for liking anime and all that stuff. Like
Join
we
the club.
Yeah.
like we all do. And now anime
Yeah.
is cool. What the hell's up with that? Very cool that you have that Zoomers, but I'm a little bitter. But like so I was growing up liking all that stuff and everything, and then my friend was like my birthday, and he bought me a ticket to San Diego Comic-Con, and he was like, "Do you want to go to San Diego Comic-Con?"
What year was this?
2009.
Damn.
Bro, I met, oh my gosh, she's so lovely, Nihachu. And we were talking about stuff, and she goes, I was telling her about everything, and she goes, oh, I was born in 2001. And I was like, wait, how old is everybody here?
I'm 25.
He's the young one.
He's the youngest. He's 25. I'm 27.
I'm 32. Hey, that's my girl.
Let's go, we're gonna die first.
Let's go.
We're gonna be in the ground. Yes, anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Go to San Diego Comic-Con. I look it up beforehand, and I see the people dress up for it. And so I was like, oh shit, okay, I love Pokemon. Are you gonna do it?
He's just dying to crack open.
Before we jump into the story,
I know, it's because I've got a fresh one up there if you want to get a fresh one.
so off camera, Jessica drank our first White Claw, which we bought a crate of this, and then nobody's drunk it at all.
I only noticed this. I was saying to Garn earlier, right? I had a White Claw before, and I don't have a great experience with it. But then I just noticed on the can, it says spiked sparkling water.
Yeah.
I don't know if the word spiked is a good marketing word. Usually that means like, oh shit, someone spiked my drink. Like that's a
Going
bad
down.
thing.
So this is
We're
like
reclaiming the word.
Yeah.
this is like the drink that I see everyone in fucking LA and California drink.
100
It's
calories. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, oh my
Can't go wrong.
god. It's
alcoholic
lightweight,
water.
It's
sparkling,
alcoholic LaCroix.
fresh.
I don't even know what LaCroix is.
You do not.
You do know LaCroix.
LaCroix-
It's like if someone farted in the room next door and some of that fart got into your drink somehow in your open glass on the table.
It's like
Brilliant.
it's like if you got sparkling water and you sprayed perfume on it.
Yes.
All right.
That's what that's like. This is just that with
All right,
alcohol. And
let's-
Jessica loves it for some reason.
Yeah.
It tastes
So
good. I like this.
When you get older, you gotta worry about things like your
when
weight.
in LA, am I right, boys?
Yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This tastes good. I don't know. I like it.
This does not taste good.
Okay, put a little bit of something else in there.
I like it. I think it's
Get
good.
some Mio.
Oh, it's like essence of mango. It's not mango flavor. It's like they
100
had
calories, baby.
It's like they had sparkling water and they just put a mango next to it for days.
I get it. It's 100 calories.
2 grams.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
carbs.
yeah.
That's
It's no
exactly what I'm
carbs.
saying.
I get that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste good.
I would
You know?
rather just drink water.
Yeah. You know, let's just call it what it is. It's just alcoholic water, right?
No one's drinking. No one's drinking this for the taste because they want
I
to get
know
drunk.
nobody
Yeah.
drinks alcohol because they like the
Yeah.
taste of alcohol, unless you do.
I do.
I like the taste of alcohol.
Like
Which
what?
which
Like
one?
what?
Name
Which one?
Name one you like right now.
Name all alcohol. I like taste of like wine and sake.
Yeah.
Depends what type of wine though. Like dessert wine.
Oh no.
Oh, so
That's
you like your
just sugar.
sweet drinks
Yeah,
then?
it is.
you like
You
the
just like
girly
sweet drinks. A
Just
lot of
sugar,
sugar. A
straight
lot of
sugar.
sugar, yeah.
No, I like
Yeah.
red wine.
You like red wine?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
But like I grew an appreciation towards red wine in I'd say the past like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
actually-
Same with
So
sake as well.
Yeah, same with me. I
Okay,
grew an
you got money.
appreciation.
Yeah. I was like, I can afford this bottle.
Wine is really depressing when you're broke because it comes in
Yeah.
bags and boxes, and you're like, this is.
I disagree.
Boxes of
I disagree though, because like I didn't realize how much cheaper wine was in Europe compared to Japan, where it is expensive.
Yeah.
But in Europe, it just tastes so much better, and you can buy some really good fucking
because they make
wines.
it there.
Yeah,
true.
but like as a student, you just want to get drunk as fast as possible. So wine just wasn't in your vocabulary.
No, it was in Australia. We had goon bags, which is just like boxed wine. It was fucking
There's
horrible.
nothing more.
How did they form a country? That's just weird. How did it happen?
That's
Oh
that
my
was like
God.
that was like the cheap like you're a broke college student drink.
Yeah.
It was just goon.
There is
love
nothing more
Australians.
depressing than boxed wine. It looks depressing.
It's
you know?
it wasn't even wine. It was just grape flavored hand sanitizer. That's what it was.
me.
It was
Let's
so
go.
so rank.
I worked on a vineyard for a while when I was like 18 in Marlborough in
What?
New Zealand. Yeah. Hello.
How did that happen?
My aunt and I like lived with my aunt and my uncle down in New Zealand for a
Yeah.
while because like we were going back and forth when we
You
moved
went,
to New
you went
Zealand.
Australian then. That was
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, yeah.
I?
Your
Yeah.
accent just
My
kind of
aunt-
shifted then.
My aunt. Oh, dude, like my voice was gonna be like blah, 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 all over
Yeah,
the
because
place.
not many people know, but you're originally from.
Well,
NZ,
okay,
right?
so I'm so
You were born in New
sorry.
Zealand, right?
I was born in Reno.
Oh,
So
really?
my mom is from New Zealand and my dad is from the States.
Right.
And she came over to the States and met my dad, and then she was like, "Come over to New Zealand," and then they like came over, and then they went back and forth. So they had me and my older brother in Reno, and then we moved. And then when I was like, so I don't remember anything about Reno, but then we moved to New Zealand, and they had my little brother James.
Right. And how
Yeah.
long did you live in New Zealand for?
So I lived there from like 3 to 12. So like my entire formative like youth of like who I
Right.
am is there.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, so like Blinky Bill and all that kind of stuff, and like
Fuck yeah.
fuck yeah,
Only
Blinky
I
Bill.
would know.
Like so, I don't know like what like Gumby is. Like when I moved over here, I didn't know have all those like established American like
Right.
like childhood
Yeah.
shows and
Right,
everything, and it was
right.
really
Yeah.
weird. So
It's Oceania things, I guess.
So going
we
back
love the
to
Queen.
how dare you? How dare you?
What you're talking about?
out
The
of here.
British Commonwealth.
Did you celebrate the the Jubilee, the Diamond Jubilee, like we did? No.
Sorry, man.
Platinum. Oh my
We
god.
do Guy Fawkes though.
Yeah, I mean, it was because you get an excuse to get drunk and blow shit up. What was that?
I was like, get drunk and blow shit up. Yes.
So going back to Comic Con.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I
I'm
was
bringing
like-
it
I
back.
was
I'm
in
bringing
New
it back.
I was in Marlborough, but we're like doing the vines. Yes. So I went to Comic Con and I dressed. I looked it up beforehand and I was like, what do people do when they go to Comic Con? They dress up. So I was like, fuck, I love Pokemon. I'm gonna dress up as like a sexy Pikachu style thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to Comic Con. That was insane. I don't think I've ever had you know those cosplay events where they have like the girls in Japan and they're like standing there and there's like a wall of photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar situation with me, like
wow.
way
Yeah.
back then. So my introduction to everything was just hard, fast, just like right off the bat. And I had my actual like full name and everything on my badge.
Right.
So like when people took photos, they could just zoom in and they saw like Jessica Nigri and Phoenix,
Enhance.
you know,
Enhance.
zoomify. And so that went like I would say like viral back in the day for 2009, you know.
Yeah.
And then they found me on Facebook.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like your personal Facebook?
My personal Facebook,
Oh
and
my
they found my
God.
family and everything, and I was like, "Fuck!" So at the time, I was like, "I'm gonna make a Facebook page so
Yeah.
that I can protect everybody in my life,
Yeah.
and redirect everyone to this thing." So it was a complete fluke. I wasn't like some master, like, "Oh, now that I've acquired the internet cloud, it's time to focus it into the Facebook page." It was like, "Oh fuck, my family." Make a Facebook page
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
lock everything down.
Yeah.
And then everything just started to just snowball like crazy. And I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I remember you kind of came into existence on the internet almost overnight.
Yes, it's
Like
because
it was like really fast. I remember.
I got interviewed by my founding fathers, Kasim G.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
Oh,
Philip
yeah.
DeFranco.
I remember
and
that.
Dave Days.
Holy shit.
I was gonna say the
Yep.
first time I saw you was Kasim G.
Yep,
Yeah.
Kasim
Philip
G.
DeFranco for me. And
Yeah.
then I discovered Kasim G after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never forget. Those are my boys, my dads. Yeah, no. So they're the ones that kind of like shot it into
Trajectory.
trajectory. There we go. And then every year after that, me and like Kasim would be like, "Do you want to do an interview?" And then so we would do like interviews with like California on Comic-Con with Kasim and stuff. And then
right.
just started to just do this consistent thing. And I was having a fun time. And I was working at Trader Joe's and the dollar store at the same time. And I was like, shit, man, this is getting a little crazy. I don't know if I can work at both jobs like while I'm doing this.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
just started to speed run. You know, it was
Right.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Speed run.
Speed run. You know,
Just
speed run. Life is a speed run.
She did a speed run.
Alright, just
Yeah.
going fast. All right, okay.
Yeah, speed run.
She's the Kasim Strat.
How did you transition? Like, how long was it then a hobby for you before it became a job? Because it sounds like you
Oh.
just did like one random cosplay, and then everything just exploded all at once.
So I've tried my hardest to never look at it as like, and this is gonna sound really cliche, and I'm sure everyone says like, oh, you never work a day in your life when you're working 80 hours a week for yourself, you know, like, but like I tried my hardest to not look at it as a job, and every
Right.
costume that I've made or whatever
Yeah.
that wasn't like hired by a company or something, I was
yeah.
like, I want this to be something that I want to do.
Right.
And like I want to hang out and have fun. And like when I would go do those interviews with Kasim, I wanted to have fun and like just
Right.
talk to him and be like, I fucking love Kasim, you know?
Yeah.
So it would be that kind of energy going forward. And then I think it was when I did the audition for the Lollipop Chainsaw thing
Yeah.
with IGN.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they were doing this like back in 2012. My bones.
That was 10 years ago.
Literally 10 years ago, like a week ago, they were doing this IGN search for Juliet Starling.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was like, bro, you should go do this. You love Suda51. You love No More Heroes. You
Yeah.
love James Gunn. You love Slither, all those like fucked up movies and stuff. And I was like, okay. And so then I went and I made the Juliet Starling costume and I went to go interview. And I remember I was interviewing with these like, oh, these women were so beautiful. Oh my God, these women were so pretty. And I was just being like, I'm never gonna get this. I'm never gonna fucking get this.
Right.
And then I remember I did the interview and I flubbed the audition like crazy. Sorry, I keep hitting you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It doesn't pick it up at all.
I flubbed the interview like hardcore and I was like, I fucked this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
That's fine. I had
Yeah.
a great time. What a great time, you know? And then I found out that I had won, which was really fucking cool.
So was it a competition or was it?
Yeah, so what they did is they did it was like a search for Juliet Starling, like a representative of
this is the person who's
thing.
most like them.
Yeah, and like I think because what you do is like you do like this voting thing, and so
Yeah.
what I did is I did a photo shoot, and then I would put them on the Facebook page, and then people would vote for me and stuff, or like and like you could vote like a certain amount of times a day, and so I was like, guys, go vote, because I got all my friends piled up in like zombie costumes and like just stood on top of them with a chainsaw and was like, woo, you know, like did
That's
the full
awesome.
shoot.
Yeah.
It was really
That
cool.
was such a good game as well. Such a good game. Have you played Lollipop Chainsaw?
No.
It's cursed.
really good.
It's from 2012 though,
Yeah.
so go in with a.
It's
a
an
grain
old
of-
it's an oldie now.
Yeah.
It's a Suda 51 game, and they're all
Yeah.
fucking
So
crazy.
it was voting, but it was also like judges decide. So like,
Yeah,
what
so
was?
so what we did is they did the voting for like the broad thing for a bunch of people across the thing, and then it
Oh,
was
sure.
like okay, and then it brought you in kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, this sounds really serious for just a competition to find someone who looks like a character in
It
a
was
game.
it was really extensive. Yeah, I think they wanted someone to be kind
Like
of
the
like
face.
the face, but then also like professional, also like
Yeah.
Do they still do
personable.
stuff like that nowadays?
I don't know.
I don't
was-
really
I
hear
don't
about it
think
anymore,
so.
huh?
Yeah,
I think that was like the early days, you know, when
Yeah.
cosplaying was just starting to become a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think they're too worried about people getting cancelled and stuff, you know.
Maybe.
Companies have shied away from having like one guy as their
yeah.
mascot.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
true.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Think
become
about
like
all the
a
mascots that have backfired.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, Jared from Subway. No.
I guess as well, it's like kind of like an inclusivity or like exclusivity problem, I guess, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, only one person is allowed to cosplay this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, that's a really very uniquely like early 2000s kind of like
Yeah,
vibe. You
definitely.
know, like
Yeah.
like hey girl, you want to come interview? Be the Lollipop Chainsaw girl? And I was like, yeah. You know, like Well, whatever. It was fun.
How big was the cosplay scene back then when you started?
I want to be like, because the cosplay scene has been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think saying that like, I just happened to kind of come into it, and then I'm very lucky to be able to be where I am because of it and because of cosplay. I am a fan of cosplay, but I would never say like, oh, cosplay is now a thing because of like whatever, but
because of me.
yeah, like I think that's like the complete wrong way to look at it.
Yeah.
Cosplay's always been such a huge subculture of Comic-Con and everything like that. Massively talented creators and people putting their all into costumes and everything. Back then it was a lot smaller. I think with the pandemic and everything popping off and everyone accessibility to costumes and everything, it's popped off like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
But like back then it was indeed smaller.
Well, I guess it makes sense because back then, just not even anime, but just like nerd culture in general, just wasn't as big as it is now. So I think the cosplay scene has just grown with how the mainstream has viewed this kind of culture.
Yes.
Everything like that.
Yeah.
So there's just like there's a lot more people doing it now.
Yes,
And it's,
so
do you
many
feel like the
people.
barrier of entry is still just as easy as it was before?
Oh, honestly, I'm like there are two wolves inside me because like I feel like cosplay is split off into like the super hardcore like crafting people who are like who've been around and like make their own stuff and everything, and then there's like this super accessible, all-inclusive shit that is so good. Like when I look at cosplay, my mind goes costume play. And I don't, and I like, and the accessibility to costumes has become so amazing these past couple of years. And to be able to see more people just be able to like throw in a costume, become their favorite person in the world is like,
it's pretty cool.
it's the coolest shit ever.
I've noticed as well that like, just like, even if you can't make your own cosplays anymore, just like buying cosplays has become cheaper.
Yes.
now.
Oh my God.
Like it's become,
yes.
because I remember there was a point where like you would look up a cosplay, even in Japan, of like a school uniform or something.
Yep.
And it was like, $200-$300
Yes.
plus.
Yeah.
Now you can get a school uniform for like as cheap as like, $40.
Yeah.
maybe.
Have
no,
you seen
10,
the quality
10,
of the
dude.
like $10?
Yeah.
Why do you know that?
I know.
All right. I've seen those videos.
Yeah. Oh God.
Remember back in the
Connor
day?
after dark.
You go to a convention and you're like, yo, that guy's wearing an Akatsuki cloak. Yo, he's got shit on lockdown, man. That looks so cool. It's like, where did he get that from?
So
I want that.
cool.
She's like,
There are times where I miss those days because I'm like, oh, it was so like underground, and if like you saw a really really cool costume, like you had to have made that,
Yeah.
But then again, there are two Balverines inside of me, and that is that there is accessibility now, which makes it so much better.
Yeah.
3D
like,
printing, right? I imagine that's been like a
Oh
big
my
thing.
God, the 3D printing game is insane. I have some friends who literally have a space like this, and it's
Right.
just lined with walls of 3D printers.
Wow.
Damn.
Bindi Smalls, she has like 10 3D printers, and she can be like, oh, you want a full cosplay? Bah! And she'll like print it out, and she'll like sculpt it and everything.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's so amazing.
Axe.
Yeah.
I didn't know 3D printing had gotten that good where you could just kind of make like.
It's incredible.
Could you make a whole costume which is 3D printed?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
If you take the time to like sculpt it and then like size it to your body, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Game changer.
Yeah. So like, how long did it take you to like learn your skills in cosplaying? I guess because
My mom taught me actually.
your mom taught
Yeah,
you.
because my mom did hats for the what's it called? It's like the Kentucky Derby, but it's like in New Zealand. So it's like
The New Zealand Derby.
So it's like little baby New Zealand Derby, So she'd make like those big hats and stuff like that. And she won a couple competitions, and she did this
Right,
thing in New
cool.
Zealand called the World of Wearable Arts. Which is like if you're from New Zealand, it's like this competition where a bunch of people and artists will make like wearable things and send them off to models to wear, and then they do like the catwalk.
Right.
Oh.
It's really fucking cool. So she has a very creative streak to her. So does my dad. Like,
Right.
but she taught me how to sew, and
Right.
like she helped me with like my super super old school dark magician girl from like way back in the day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so cool. But yeah.
Oh my God. So you just had all the skill sets just like pre-programmed, and it's
Well, I had to like.
It's like,
uncover
mother,
them.
I would like to pursue cosplay.
Yeah.
Teach me how to sew.
She goes, all right, well, it's time to get a big push-up bra, and we'll contour the boobs and send you off. Thank you, Mum.
Oh my God.
all like some of your most challenging early cosplays to do. Then
Fuck. I like it kind of. I was like.
How long did the Pikachu one take?
Like fucking 4 hours, my guy. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah, I've
I
seen
look like
it.
I've got 2 dildos glued to the top of my head with a cardboard zigzag on my ass.
I mean, I was gonna say compared to some of your laser cosplays, that
It's
seems
true,
like a
yeah.
very simple
I headbutt
cosplay.
the wrong guy the right way. It's a good time.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What's
Sorry.
what were the toughest ones that you remember from like recent memory?
Probably my Syndragosa cosplay was probably really
Oh,
tough.
yeah,
I me and my friend Zach designed it together, and then I made it, and it was like the reason why it was so tough was just because there was so many fucking scales and like so many little bits and pieces and everything that were just like would stack, and I was like, this is just.
How do you decide what you're going to cosplay? It seems like you kind of do like all the stuff that you wouldn't expect.
I have to love it.
Yeah.
I have to be.
You did Pyramid Head. I watched the video where you made it.
Oh, that was
so cool.
amazing. Yeah,
I saw the
Pyramid
Chainsaw Man as well.
Pyramid Head could tear me apart, throw me to the side of the church, and use my blood to create a mural of his close, intimate, and personal relations. And I would be thankful.
Yeah, I think my recent favorite one of yours was the Chainsaw Man one you did.
Oh, that was so fun.
That
That's
was
why
so
we should
sick.
do music, because my brother does music. He did all the music for that.
Oh, really?
Ryan did the guttural chainsaw.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
nice.
Ryan did like full death metal growl and everything
Shit.
like that.
Hell yeah.
You'd be really good at death metal growling. I heard you
I've
death metal
done-
growl the other day.
What? You
Well, you did some deep something.
That's just his voice. That's just him talking.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
true.
Maybe. I don't know. I need training, I think.
Could you do like a little bit of a like right? So, anyways, do you want to see music?
What the fuck is that?
You sounded like Kog'Maw. No, like a. How do you death? You know metal. How do you death metal?
Maybe if I wasn't like crouched over myself.
You want to try it? Come on.
No.
Crouch up on the thing.
No, I can't. I gotta zen. I gotta talk to me in like 20 minutes.
Okay. 20 minutes, a little bit of white cola.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you
Give
can
me, I need like 3 more white claws.
Chuck him a couple
We get it
white
done.
claws.
We get it
Like,
done.
You sound just like you're auditioning for like The Grudge or something.
Hi,
like
I'm
that.
Connor. I'm reading for the part of Scream. But speaking about voices, you did the voice for Super Sonico as well.
I did do the voice.
Oh yeah, I
completely forgot about that. Holy shit!
How did that come
Bro,
around?
oh my god. So I did like some cosplay work for Sentai Filmworks, and they were super. I fucking love them. They're so lovely.
Yeah.
They were really nice, and they were like, "Hey, we're looking for an English voice actor. Do you want to be the voice of Super Sonico?" And I was like, "I'm not a voice actor. I'm not a voice actor, but okay." Man, voice acting is so hard. It is so fucking
did
tough.
you have like zero voice acting
Zero.
experience before
Zero.
that?
I had like I
God.
think I did a little bit of like Cinder Fall for Monty. God,
Right.
I fucking love you, Monty. Monty had so much faith in me.
Yeah.
But that's like the only experience that I had, and then I did Super Sonico.
How was that? I haven't listened to it.
I mean, you sounded good. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's because when I watched Super Sonico, I knew it was you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you were giving me the
And I was
you
just
were
like, "That's Jessica! Yeah, let's go! Let's go!"
okay, so you were looking at me like a proud parent.
Yeah, like a friend had just done something
Yeah,
really cool.
okay,
You
like-
know?
what was the
let's-
general consensus?
I don't think if I could redo it, I would love to, because I feel like these days I would, for what it was and the skills that I had back then.
It was the best.
Yeah.
of
It was what I could do.
Right.
You know, I think if I did it now, it would be so much better, because I think you just learn so much more as you get
Oh, yeah.
older.
Yeah,
definitely.
And
Yeah.
like so many different ways to like adjust your voice and your tone and everything.
Yeah.
Even with Cinder Fall, you listen to Cinder in the first couple seasons, and then Cinder now, the change is like so different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Pick
like
up very quickly.
yeah, like I wish I had like had what I wish I could do now, what I do this version of me back then.
Well, everyone's going to start somewhere, right?
Exactly,
And
yeah.
Especially that was like one of your first big
started
roles.
in a big show.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty fucking nuts. And then they had me back for the video game too.
Oh wow.
And so I was just like, "Are you sure?"
They're like, "Yeah, it worked around the first time. Let's do it again." Yeah, you'll be alright.
Like, do not get me wrong. I am so incredibly appreciative that I got to do that. Like,
Yeah.
like what an insane.
That's an opportunity not many people get.
Yeah.
Oh my
Especially for their
God.
first role.
Like,
as well.
oh my gosh.
Did you deal with any criticism at all from like people being like, "Oh my god, she only got it because she's popular"?
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't really look at too much stuff.
Yeah, the
that
real
that
question is,
people
did
say.
you give a shit?
Smart idea.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a part of me. There are two Worgans inside me, and
There's always two.
There's
Always two.
It's from that fucking T-shirt, right? Okay, I wanted to make sure you were referencing the meme. I understood.
but I'm changing it, so it's not.
Yeah, I
it's
see now.
not
I get
dry.
it. It's this fucking weird T-shirt where it's like there are two wolves inside of me, and it's, one of them's like I'm a Sigma, and the other one's like I'm gay. It was something
Yes.
like that.
Oh my, those are the best wolves. Same wolf.
It was good. It was good.
Same. What was I saying? Where did I go?
About voice acting.
With like seeing criticism and stuff like that, I usually like try to just stay away from like looking at that kind of stuff. Because I know that it would just destroy me. It also applies though with like numbers and stuff like that.
Right.
So I apply that whole kind of mentality and blanket to everything.
Right.
Because
That's healthy.
I think it has helped me really a lot because I remember I was talking to Phil like way back in the day. And he said something like that, and he was like, just kind of, what goes up must come down.
Right.
So prepare yourself. And I was like, oh, okay. So then if I just never kind of know how big or small, then I won't be like sad when it's no longer a thing,
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you took it that way because it could have easily taken it as, well, if I just never go down.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, like I do see that with some
some people
creators.
think of like that, right?
Well,
Yeah.
you, even if you have a general upwards trajectory, there's always like months or weeks where it
Absolutely.
goes down.
Of course.
And you're like,
Absolutely.
I'm falling off. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to have that like full conversation with yourself. Is like, no, my content's not who I am.
Yeah.
And you have to have that real therapy session. Do you guys do therapy?
No.
Boys. Do you exercise? Let's exercise our minds.
I exercise.
Okay. Exercise, but also
I
therapy
exercise
is good
my
for your
mind
brain.
in
Yeah.
He
way.
doesn't exercise. You need to get him on it.
I
You
don't
need to-
physically exercise. I mentally exercise.
I exercise in my
lift the
mind,
game
which is exactly the same as
This is
physical
so
exercise.
I know how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Okay, that is pretty sick. I did see that.
I've never done therapy, but even if I wanted to, right? Let's say I wanted to get a therapist in Japan.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of some therapists in Japan that speak English, and I've heard horrible things.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's
Right,
really,
right.
really hard to find. I've done therapy before, and it's like, since moving to Japan, it's almost like impossible to find like an in-person therapist. If you want to
Shit.
do it, it's probably got to be online. And
I
it's
do wonder if that's a good option because there was a time where like I was talking to someone online and it was like it was so nice just to
Yeah.
talk about just to get like validated in your feelings and stuff like that and just to get certain things.
Yeah, it definitely is helpful, but I feel like you do lose a little bit, like not being there in person.
There is
Yeah.
body language that they read.
because online there it feels like there is like a wall, like you don't really feel like you're talking to a person sometimes, even though there's a person on the other side. There's just, especially when you're talking about some really, really intimate things, just like that extra connection and that extra like human connection can really help. I feel.
Also, you run the risk of like pouring your heart out, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, sorry, the connection cut off. What did you say?" You don't want that in a therapy session.
POV Australian internet.
It's like, sorry, I'm in Australia. What did you say? Could you repeat that?
So I'm going through a tunnel right now.
Sorry, my wife's calling me. Give me a sec. Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is like the process of making a cosplay? Because all of my experience and knowledge comes from watching Dress Up Darling, and that's it. And I know nothing about what goes on behind the scene, basically, in terms of making a costume.
No, that's fair. Actually, I had a lot of like stuff that was
Accurate?
pretty accurate. Yeah, like the research phase and stuff like that.
Right.
Getting a guy that will do it for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Getting a bottom that will do it for you.
Make this for me. No, doing a lot of like the planning process, or honestly, before that, finding something that you're in love with.
Okay.
Because I feel like 90% of the time when you're like in that cosplay crunch and you want to like throw everything out and you're like, this is fucking balls, I hate this shit, your love of the character drags you through the glass,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And you go like, oh, I fucking love this, I don't fucking care. Like I need like no sleep, I'm gonna do this.
How much time do you normally put into a costume?
It really depends. I have like a mental timer. It's about 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
if I'm gone beyond that, I will
Yeah.
forget about it. I made a gentleman chogath and it took longer than 2 weeks and it disappeared and I don't know where it is.
Gentleman Cho'Gath?
Yeah,
Have I
sexy
not
gentleman
seen this?
Cho'Gath
What the
because she
fuck?
disappeared because
Oh
I
my-
didn't finish it because I had the
Oh.
stiletto feet and
That
everything.
sounds so good.
I had the fucking
Cho'Gath is a monster from League of Legends.
Yeah.
play
It's
League?
like fucking ugly.
Yeah.
oh, that's why you're so great.
That's why I don't need a therapist.
That's why he's happy.
That's why I'm happy.
That's why he doesn't need therapy.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
You play League?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
these
did.
are
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, I did.
That's true.
And then I got
32,
therapy.
play League.
And then I've been league free.
Oh no, I've been getting
Sure,
back
so-
into ARAMs lately and it's been great.
This episode is sponsored by Apari.
Now, you may have heard of Apari because if you bought some of our trash taste merch? Well, these are the guys who made it.
Apari is an artist-owned apparel brand featuring original artwork you can wear, as you can see right here. Connor and Garnt are wearing the Ox, and I am wearing this brand new Tiger one.
Look at this.
It is
Look
very
at all
drippy.
of this drip
It is
right
very
now.
drippy.
Gentlemen, I gotta say, you've seen me wear this in a bunch of videos in the past.
Yeah.
I don't wear it right now because it's summer, but normally I would wear the heck out of this thing because it's so soft, there's such good quality.
Guys, of course the material is going to be good because we would have never partnered with them in the first place if it wasn't.
And you'll be happy to know that Apari right now is doing a brand new drop of brand new pieces. These particular items you see on screen right now will be available for pre-order along with the launch of other items such as the button downs and t-shirts. And their t-shirts as well are super comfy, super durable, great quality stuff, and that is a trash taste guaranteed as well.
And the button downs are really nice and silky because they're made from eucalyptus and bamboo fibers.
Ooh.
So if you want to get yourself dripped out with some more Apari merch, click the link in the description to check them out.
Back to the episode.
Where were we? Oh,
League
yeah.
of Legends causes therapy.
Yes. You were talking about how you were making your cosplay before before we got distracted. Yes.
I have, so 1 to 2 week timer of like how long I can work on something, just because I personally don't want to put that much like energy into something and
Yeah.
then, you know, because like there is a time where you can become too hyper focused on something and it can like make you go a little nuts because then you're like, you're ultra focused on all the different details and you're just kind of like, wah! So you just gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta send it out into the universe.
Right.
Yeah. So it's usually about that. And then you like the creation process is like,
I've seen you post, like you did the Ironmouse one recently, and you
Yes.
were like,
That
oh,
was
I
that one.
By the way.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And you did it. You should, like, it's a quick cosplay. What
it
does
was
that
a
mean?
speed run.
What is that?
Speed run.
How fast?
Like 4 or 5 days. I would Ryan's
my
back in
God.
here, but I would like wake up, Ironmouse, sleep. Wake up, Ironmouse, sleep. You know, like bow, bow, bow. Like I was like, I think I was watching like XQC Gamble or something while I was doing it. So I was just like, yeah, the whole time.
You weren't even watching Mouse during that period?
So I did watch Mouse, but like I didn't want to like do that in case it would like I don't know.
Distract you from.
Yeah, because her stuff is so cute and so she makes I don't know. I love her as a content creator. She inspires the ever-loving shit out of me.
Yeah.
Her attitude about everything and just like the way that she tackles everything going on in her. I'm just like, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Such a blessing.
Yeah, shout out to Ironmouse.
Yeah.
I am gonna send it to her too.
Yeah.
So
when you said
she said that. Yeah.
yeah.
So when you said 1 to 2 weeks, it's 1 to 2 weeks full on every day. You wake up, you do costume, you sleep. Oh my god.
I mean, I guess that's become your job at this
It
point,
is,
right?
yeah. But it's like giving birth, and then why is it like giving birth?
I need you to
Where's
finish that
where's
sentence
going
right
with that?
now.
You bring a baby into this. world?
Yeah, or it's like taking a big poop, and then you do it, and then you want to like take a break.
That is a
because then
form of
you're
giving
like,
birth. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
And then I
then
usually like go.
You got to
go
raise it
dark
up,
for like a
you
week.
know.
But I assume, like, taking pictures and doing all that stuff also takes a long time.
Yes, yeah. So Ryan will actually take my photos, and then we'll send it off to someone to edit, either Martin or our friend Robbie, and like. That's really. I'm so lucky that Ryan is able to take my photos too,
Yeah. I know,
because
that helps.
it's like
Yeah.
a comfortability thing as well. So if I'm like Ryan, take a photo of my asshole, he's like, I got you, baby. You know,
Spread it.
Oh my
yes,
god. Is that a normal topic?
absolutely. What an incredible.
I've been on a photo shoot with
Wait,
Jessica
which
in Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
The one at the waterfall.
That's right. Was I in my Nar or my Vol'jin?
I think it was your Vol'jin one.
Oh,
Yeah.
War Chief.
I don't play WoW.
Oh, the War
Yeah.
Chief. I made a Vol'jin cosplay and I did a photo shoot in a waterfall in Hawaii. You gotta go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
wanna go.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
we love you.
I went with you.
Let's go. Yeah,
I was
that's
there.
right, that's right.
I was literally there with you on that shoot.
Oh man, that was so fun. So yeah, it's like it's pretty full on. Like you get into your cosplay and you're kind of like in the zone because depending on like how you made things. Because when I make stuff quick, sometimes it like really hurts me when I wear it because I don't take the time to like make it comfortable.
Right.
And so then we do the shoot. And then usually, like, if there's, with this particular case, like, we went to the convention right after.
Right.
Which was rough.
Yeah.
Because, like, we got up and we, like, airbrushed in the hotel, and then we went to the jungle, took photos, and then
Came back.
came back, touched up again, and then went the convention for like 8 hours or whatever, or 6
Right.
hours.
That whole convention experience was rough. Oh, man. Because every morning Jess would be like, we're doing something.
I know.
At like 6 in the morning.
Annoying.
And I'm like, and Aki and I were like, we have to do a panel in like 4 hours. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. You're coming with me.
Didn't you go like hiking or something 3 hours before your panel?
So there's, oh my God. This is like the toughest morning of my life. All right. So it was like the second to last, I think it was like one of the busiest days of the con. It was like
was
a Saturday.
Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
baby.
Of a Honolulu, what was it?
Amazing Hawaii Comic Con.
Amazing Hawaii Comic Con, that's right. On Honolulu.
Yes.
And it was like 6 in the morning, and Jess was like, we're gonna go hiking. And I'm like, okay, but we have to be back at the convention in like, like 9 or 10 or whatever it was.
I
right?
think it was like, it was like 10.
It was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it'll be an easy hike. So then we drive out like an hour to this mountain called Coco Head, which is on Hawaii.
Right.
Like one of the hardest climbs I've ever done in my life, because the entire mountain is like a 50-degree incline.
So it's a mountain that was originally a lookout post to at the top of the hill. They had a train track that would go up, like directly straight up, and then on top was like a lookout, and you could see out of the ocean.
Oh, that's cool.
So what they did is they removed the train track, and so now you can walk up it as a hike.
But at some points when you get to the top of it, it gets so steep, you literally have to use the train tracks as a ladder to climb.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
It's great.
It was so good.
It's great.
Is that
But
just like a light walk for you, Jess?
every day. She got up it in like 15 minutes. Meanwhile, Aki and I are like, because we're not used to it, right? So
No,
we're just
man.
like fucking
Aki
struggling.
killed it though.
Well, she was dead at the top.
Yeah, true, she was.
There's this great photo where it's like all of us just like with this amazing view of Hawaii, just like this, and then in the corner you can just see Aki face down on the ground, just dead. And then Jess is like, "Don't worry, I got you." And she pulls out a 5-hour energy and just like feeding it to her. She just springs up and she's like, "All right, I'm ready to go."
Oh my god.
And she just fucking bolts down the mountain.
I love Aki the whole time. I was like, dude, do you wanna turn around? She goes, no, I want to do that. Like
She was so determined for no reason.
I was like, she inspired the shit out of me, man. I was like, yes, we will do this. We will ride. Like I was so fucking pumped because Aki was so pumped. She was like, no. You go ahead. Turn around, come back. Go ahead. And I was like, all right.
And then she almost died.
Yeah, she was.
So-
Oh man, she
How
almost died
hot
so
was
many
it?
times.
It was pretty hot that day as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
We were there like August, right?
When is Hawaii, Honolulu?
I think it's in August. It's like I remember it was really freaking
Yeah, it was
hot.
Because like it's
really
Hawaii,
warm.
so like I assumed it was hot. So I just was
Yeah.
curious, like how hot was it?
I was like dripping
It was
sweat.
pretty
Yeah.
freaking sweaty.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
oceans was beautiful.
yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
oceans
the
are
ocean
sick.
tried to take the Aki into the depths.
Oh yeah, Ryan and Aki almost died.
Wait, what happened?
So
Ryan Aki almost died.
So funny.
It was so funny.
no, so we were on Waikiki Beach, and we were just like hanging out because we had like a free afternoon or something,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So we were just like, yeah, let's just fucking go to the beach.
Yeah.
So it was me, Jess, Ryan, and Aki, and then they were out, and then Aki was out in the ocean, and then I guess there was like a really bad current that day,
Right.
So
Yeah.
she kind of got swept out a little bit.
Oh.
And then I think Ryan immediately saw that and was like, I'm gonna go help her out.
Yeah, Ryan went full like Terminator. I'm like, I got Aki.
So Ryan jumps in and grabs her, and then immediately it was kind of like blocked off by this like a stone wall of
Yeah.
sorts.
Right.
Right. And then so I guess like so that dangerous wildlife doesn't come into like this safe area. But the
Right.
problem was with this stone wall, to let the water come in and out, there's like a little crack on
the
the
most
wall.
deadly channel.
Yeah, and it's literally just a channel of water rushing in and then rushing out over and over again. But because there was a current, it just took Ryan and Aki and just swept them out.
Sucked them so quickly.
Yeah,
out of
just
that.
swept them straight out into this open water. And the entire time, Jess and I are just like standing on the coast, just like, oh. It went from like playful laughter to like genuine concern.
Yeah, we
yeah.
had our our little bottle of Malibu and like orange juice. We're standing there
Yeah,
like little
like-
like tourists, like, oh, there goes Ryan. Ryan's going out there as well. And then the freaking the like.
And then the lifeguard
super
had to come out.
Attractive lifeguard comes out.
With like with the surfboard and everything, and like
Yeah.
put Ryan and Aki onto
Yep.
the surfboard and be
Save
like, "You
them.
guys almost drowned out there." And we were like,
Yep.
"Oh." Meanwhile, we were standing on the beach laughing our ass off with a Malibu. And
Poor lifeguards, like fucking tourists. Like fucking going out there. I told them not to.
Shout out Ryan for saving my girlfriend. What a man!
Wow.
What a lad!
Man.
Meanwhile,
Shout out to the lifeguards as well.
yeah, shout out to lifeguards.
Saving Ryan.
Yeah, shout out to lifeguards for saving Ryan. It's like a double rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That meme where they, like the drink is pouring and pouring and pouring. The lifeguard saves, or like Ryan saves Aki. Aki saves
It's like the giant, like the domino meme.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun though.
That was
we should go back.
fun. Yes.
You guys haven't been to Hawaii yet, huh?
I really want to go.
Dude, it's fun as fuck.
But you guys were lucky. You got invited to a convention. That's just a free trip.
Well, Aki and I got invited because of Jess.
Oh, okay.
Because Jess knows the organizer.
you should bring these cool YouTubers
Yo,
over.
Jess, hook us up. Jess, hook us up.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm looking at you. Bring them.
There's one
like
specific
Hawaii.
Jimmy.
It is Jimmy. Yeah.
I feel like Hawaii is one of those places you don't need to go to know you'll like it. You just like, I just know I like Hawaii.
The convention scene too there is so lovely. Like
Yeah,
It was really chill.
oh my god, the people are so fucking cool and so nice, and like you get there and then the immediate vibe is just like
Oh,
How much time did you spend at the convention versus just in Hawaii itself?
I think we were there for like 6 hours a day, like at our tables.
Yeah, I think so. Cause it was like 4 to 6 hours, I'd
Yeah,
say.
'cause
Cause like we did a panel every day and we did a signing every day. So it was like at least like at least a 4-hour like commitment a day.
Yeah. Right.
But luckily, like all of that stuff was done in the morning, so
Yeah.
we would normally
That's
be
good.
done by
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 p.m.
Sucks
Yeah.
when they like split it up.
Yeah.
2 hours in the morning.
I think
2
I
hours
think
right
I
at
think
the end.
yeah, I think they knew that they were just like, we want you to actually just like go out and enjoy Hawaii.
Yeah.
So we'll just do all your commitments all at once, and then you can just fuck off and do whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Jimmy, that's how you run a convention.
My man Jimmy.
Do you wanna get the mic close to you?
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm like leaning.
leaning back, so
I'm just trying to
Could put
get
another
comfy.
pillow behind you if you
Maybe I'll
want.
just.
It might fall.
My lean.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's
probably
perfect.
fine.
Yeah.
When I did this video where I got like a really expensive cosplay made in Japan. And had
May?
made like
Created.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
okay.
sorry. And fuck, that was hard. The whole
Is that the one with
Kaho?
Kaho?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was like made me realize, fucking hell, this is awful. This fucking sucks. Like it was a fun experience because I kind of didn't need to actually do that much.
Yeah.
But I had to keep turning up to like these sizing things. And
Yep.
I must have gone to like 6 of them.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, haven't you already took the measurements? And it's like, we size, and then we size again, and then like, don't get fat because we got to size again in 2 months.
Yep.
And they size me again. They're like, you got fat. We got to change it. And
Oh
I was-
no.
yeah, so it was a whole nightmare. And then when I finally got the costume, it like looked good in the photos, but like in real life, I was like, wow, this sucks.
Really?
But just because of like, I think because the way that it was made, it like, and the way that it reflected light, not in photos, looked really weird.
Right.
Okay.
I see.
But also, my ass is big, and it definitely wasn't made to have more room. So when I was like sitting down, it was like, oh no, okay, I can't.
No,
I
we can't
couldn't-
accommodate the dumping.
Could not accommodate the dumpy. Could
Okay.
not
Right.
sit down.
Yeah.
It was just like I was like, I do not want to do this for more than 2 hours.
Yeah. No, that's so fair.
I had it off in like 2 hours, and I was
Yeah.
like, the thought of doing this all day made me like want to faint.
Yeah, I was only wearing that Ironmouse costume for like 2 hours to take the photos, and then I was like, whoo,
I have like infinite respect for people at like Anime Expo or like summer conventions
Yes.
who are just out in full fucking cosplay.
Yes.
I don't know.
Just like
man.
I think like I don't know if he's gonna be there this year.
Yeah.
But like I remember every year at Anime Expo there is a dude who dresses up in a full-on Gundam cosplay.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
made out of
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
cardboard
yeah.
boxes and
Yeah.
just like
Crazy.
huge. Like it's like he has like the adjustments on his feet so he stands up a lot taller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you standing out here?
Right,
Like
right.
all
We
day,
use this thing.
covered in
Yeah.
cardboard.
I remember that one time we went to Anime Expo and it was like during the LA heat wave.
Oh
Yes.
It was just like deathly fucking hot. And I
Yeah.
see
I
people
remember
walking
that.
around in like full on armor cosplay. I'm like, how are you not dying of heat
But
stroke
that's when,
right now?
but that's when guy cosplayers figured out. They were like, I could just cosplay as Luffy and I can have an open shirt the entire time. It's like barely any fabric on me.
Yeah, but what if you got like a dad bod? Not everyone feels comfortable.
Dad bod Luffy,
Yeah.
hot as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
not everyone feels comfortable.
Yeah, if he wants to do it, then yeah.
It's like
Is it a little
it's like
too much?
Luffy 30 years later.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of
Hell yeah.
scenes where Luffy is very full and he has a big stomach. So
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's kind of what
Yeah,
it is.
so you just say it like that, right? He's rubber.
yeah.
Another thing I found really difficult was posing.
Yes.
How the fuck do you learn how to pose?
That's so aggressive.
I was so annoyed.
Fuck.
How the fuck did I do this? They were like, look this way, and then I looked that way, and they were like, no, look at that.
Oh, okay, so I wonder, because like there are books that you can purchase.
What?
Yes, there are, but they're like in like cosplay books in Japan that you can
Yeah.
purchase,
Right.
and they're like These models are incredible. Oh my god!
Really?
When you find a good pose that you like,
Yeah.
that your body like does what
Works.
you want it to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
you spam the ever living shit out of that pose. Like
It's like an emote, right?
Yes,
you just spam the
absolutely.
emotes every
There's
time.
this pose that I liked with my butt, and it would be
Right.
like this twisty like leg up thing that I would do, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
like it
yeah.
would like make everything nice and tight here, and then like booty big there, and like Brian would have to get on his knees to accentuate and everything. But
Yeah.
I was like, every damn photo shoot, we're gonna get that shot,
Yeah.
and we're gonna full send it. So I agree. I think posing is difficult.
Do you
Yeah.
take like from like modeling books or like just like standard modeling as
I
well,
actually
or is it a
look
little
lot
bit
of-
different?
I look at like a lot of like my friends' poses and stuff like that, or like people on
that's
Instagram,
right.
or like just like on social media and stuff. Like some
Yeah.
girls just get like the really good like super like I started
Yeah.
like lower angles or like
Yeah.
Kaho was like a fucking natural.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just did her thing, and I was like, what do I do?
I also think when you're in that kind of industry where you're like your body is your product,
You know
Yeah,
what to do.
yeah.
you need to know kind of like the vibe of what
Yeah,
you're doing.
Because when I
Exactly.
started doing
Makes sense.
modeling shoots, I had to buy modeling books.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what the fuck to do.
We've done
no shame in
one
it.
shoot
I was like,
together.
how do
and-
I move my body?
Yeah, we-
Streetwear too is very different kind of posing, right? Like you
Yeah.
have to be really like kind of like
Loose
I don't
with
even
it.
know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
We've done one shoot together, and Joey fucking solo carried everything. He's just like, do this, Garnt, do
go,
this. And I'm
Joey.
like, oh, does this look good? Does this
Yeah.
look goofy? I have no fucking clue. Because one thing I never got, like, one thing I learned on that shoot is sometimes your body feels really fucking awkward in
Yeah.
like certain poses, and you're like, there's no way this is gonna
Yeah,
look
because
good.
like a really common pose is to like, for modeling, for example, that I
Yeah.
learned is like just having your hand behind your head like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
No one does that in real life. So when you
What are
do
you
it,
talking about, Joey?
Yeah.
so when you do it in a shoot, it's like this is fucking weird. This does
Yeah.
not look good, but it always ends up looking good.
Yeah.
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 So it's like that's just what I've learned. The more awkward I feel while
The
taking
better
a
it
photo,
looks.
most of the time it's
Yeah.
gonna look good.
I remember
Yep.
there was one photo I took where I was like sitting on like the chair, the stool or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like fucking a gremlin right now, just like sitting like this. I feel like L. I'm like, there's no way this is gonna look good. And somehow
And it looks
Luke
great.
made it look really fucking good.
Exactly.
Luke is very talented.
Luke's
though.
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
talented
He's
photographer.
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think you guys looked awesome. Was it the suit shoot that you guys did? I thought you all
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
swag as
thank you.
fuck.
Thank you.
Did you ever have to take inspiration from like models outside of cosplaying, or was
Oh
it?
yeah, absolutely. I
Right,
think there's a lot
right.
of like the women before us, like those that walked so we could run.
Why did you quiver when you said the women?
Because I'm bisexual, and women are great.
I was just quivering at the thought.
Women, like you take a lot of inspiration from other like magazines or like just stuff that you see on TV or that kind of stuff, or even from anime. You
Yeah.
try to recreate what
Jojo.
the character exactly. JoJo poses.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Delicious.
That reminds me, I got hats.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
What?
got hats?
Yeah, oh yeah, I bought hats, but they're
Oh.
like cursed. Well, not really cursed.
We should wear them.
All right, I got hats because
Why-
you guys are
why
'cause
specifically
you guys are
hats?
gonna be in California, and it's gonna be really sunny outside. So I figured, just get a couple little joke hats.
I like your hat. Man, I love frogs.
Yeah, I do love frogs. Speaking of,
See, Connor,
that's for you.
Connor.
All right, all right.
All right.
Finally.
Thank you. Let me
Yes.
get this
How do
on.
you not have that already?
I do now.
There you go.
There you go.
I love the orange as well.
Yeah.
It's such an
Gar-
ugly orange.
It's really ugly.
Fucking hell.
That's really. Oh my god!
What is it?
I love my sister.
Thank you, Mum, for making me an only child.
Where did you get this from?
I just got them on Amazon. I was like, just.
So, guys,
Yes.
I heckin' love milk.
guys, do you want to take a trip to Alabama quickly?
Yeah,
While we're in the US.
Okay, do you remember when you were like obsessed with that? Oh shit, what up? Is that boy?
Yeah, of course.
I found this.
Fuck yeah! Oh shit! What up is that boy? Oh my god! I didn't know they made these.
I also have a secondary MILF hat if anybody wants to, change teams.
What is it? Can I see?
It's black. I think you should
Oh,
keep
it's
the orange.
black.
on.
No,
The orange
you
looks
need
sick.
the orange. You need
And
the
I
orange.
had also.
I don't look good in hats, though. Is the thing.
What are you talking about? It looks awesome.
Actually, that suits your shirt.
No,
actually.
it looks really good.
That actually suits you.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that boy?
What the fuck, Joey? That actually looks
And I
good.
also got this JoJo hat. I don't know why. That's why I was reminded
Why
of
not?
that.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. There we go.
Damn. Joey's one step closer to becoming the dad now.
Shit! What up is that boy?
There you go.
Oh my god!
thank you for my new
Thank
gift. I actually will use this.
Thank you.
It's a good hat.
I think so too.
I like it.
Well, I guess I know what I'm wearing today.
Why do you look like a truck driver?
This is a trucker hat.
It's a trucker hat.
They have the shitty cheap mesh on the
And
side.
Garnt looks like he's at like a little league game.
No,
I don't know why. It makes your head look really small.
I don't normally wear hats.
Yeah,
for
me
a
neither. I
reason.
don't wear hats either.
Yeah. How do I look?
Thank you so much for my gift. I'm honored.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
appreciate
wear it for
this.
the rest of the episode now. Jesus Christ.
So I'm so curious. Like, okay, so you got into the cosplay scene, like, I guess late 2000s. What was the convention experience like back then? Because, now we have a lot of boundaries that are set with our convention, cosplay is not consent and everything like that. What was your experience
Well,
with...
let's start with the question: is your first convention was what year?
Oh, so
2009?
yes, that was like the first time that I went as just on my own was 2009.
Yeah. Right,
and that was very overwhelming because I was only 19 then. And I was I was there with my friend. I didn't have my parents or anything. So it was this very oh my gosh, I'm dressed as sexy Pikachu. Look at all these people taking my photo. Oh my god, this is pretty intense, but I guess I'm just gonna smile, you know?
Right.
But that was that, and then I would go only to San Diego Comic-Con every year until 2011, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I remember my first ever guest convention was Anime Revolution in Vancouver, which is an amazing convention, and I love everybody that runs that con. Highly recommend. Oh my god.
Okay.
So good. I love Canadians.
It's so delicious. No, because were you around during the glomping era or the yaoi paddle era?
I think I just missed that.
Yeah,
But I
'cause
remember
I think that was
seeing-
mid 2000s, right?
I remember seeing yaoi paddles and being
Yeah.
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And then I remember
Probably a good idea you missed that.
yeah, and then
yeah.
the caramel dancing, glomping phase, I think I dodged all that. I
Yeah.
dodged all the glomps and everything.
Yeah.
I would see it in the halls though with the little Homestuck kids, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, "What are you guys doing?"
You didn't miss the free hugs era, did you?
Free hugs era.
Did that ever die?
No, it's still happening.
No, it's still happening. It's just
Yeah.
not many people go up to them anymore.
yeah. I think I don't know. I think I was really lucky in my convention experience where I learned really early on that I need to have people around me to kind
Yeah.
of things,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I skirted around and I was kind of okay, we're gonna keep yeah.
Yeah. I think that is pretty lucky because I hear a lot of stories back there where people did not know boundaries at all, especially when it came to cosplayers.
Yeah, I've been yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what started the whole cosplay is not consent movement.
Yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
It's
people.
sad that you even need to have that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's common knowledge, but
Well, because what people will do is they'll come right up to you and they'll look at your costume and they'll start touching your costume, and that's something that is okay, what are you
What
doing?
the fuck is
Stop,
this?
you know,
Yeah.
But
that's why glomping was such a nightmare.
Oh my
when you
God,
think
it was
about it, because
terrible.
it's you're literally in a hall full of people you've never met before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably not very hygienic either.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just suddenly you could just get hug tackled from behind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's nothing you could do about it.
What I want
Yeah.
to know is how it became a trend in the first place.
it happens in anime all the time. Do you remember? Like people would come home and
Yeah.
they'd like in Love Hina, there was that one character that would always dive bomb everybody and
And yeah, they would always
Yeah.
get fucking punched, right? That
Yeah.
was what happened in anime.
I feel
Yeah.
like because it's one of the only times where anime fans feel like they can kind of let loose, and
Yes.
they
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
get a little bit carried away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad. But
There,
Yeah,
are,
'cause-
there was a time where we were at a convention and there was a guy and he was filming my bum and Ryan just came straight up. I love Ryan so much. Oh my god, I've got scary dog privileges with Ryan. He looks so scary, but he's the sweetest guy. But he came right up to the guy and he was like, "You can't do this right now." And he was like, "Why not? Why not? I'm at a convention. I can do
Yeah.
what I want." And he goes, "You got to leave, or I'm
Yeah.
calling security."
Yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
is the best guardian angel you could have had. He is.
He saved me so many times. But yeah, so then the guy was like, no. And then we had our other friend come over and he was like, nah, you're out. And then he actually got kicked out, which was really great.
Good.
Oh, rightly
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think back then, just being at an anime convention, it felt like there was, because anime was so underground, it was so rare
Yes.
to meet someone else who also watched anime,
Yes.
let alone an entire room full of people who watched
Yeah.
anime. So it kind of felt I guess all social boundaries are out the window now,
because
right?
we're all friends because we like the same thing, right?
yeah, we're all anime
Wrong.
fans, we're all friends.
Yeah.
It's we're all DTF, right? We all like anime. It's no, we're not DTF.
Down to friend.
Down to friend.
I've never heard of that before.
Down to fuck. I'm just kidding.
DTF is normally down to fuck.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
But in this case, it was down
Yeah,
to friend.
okay, I get it. I get it.
It was a terrible usage of that.
What? DTF?
Yeah, remaking down to fuck to down to friend.
Yeah.
That is not a good way. This is worse than the two wolves being changed.
Yeah.
You don't like my two wolves?
I think you've overdone it.
All right. I'll let
Twice.
it
We need a new
You've
meme.
done
We
it
need a new
twice.
meme.
back. New one? All right, I'll bring another one.
Bring out a new one.
Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about the old school convention scene?
Probably just how much smaller it was,
Yeah,
to be honest. And then
pretty
that sounds, I know that sounds a little bit like, but it's like,
No, but it's true. Like the smaller
It's true.
conventions, I've always had a better experience at.
yeah.
Just because it's like more like, especially when you're like within the crowd, you just feel like you're actually being involved in
Yeah.
the entire scene.
The issue with a lot of the really big ones is that it feels extremely corporate. Like a
Oh,
lot of the time,
yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
kind
San
of-
Diego Comic Con's become like
Yeah.
that.
Right, like it shifts away from showing off actually cool shit people are interested in
Yes.
into, hey, we're a company, we want to have a spot in this thing to show off our thing.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
just turn to E3. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's
it's
like
like,
the
let me show you this
lifespan
cool
of a con.
thing. Oh, yeah. And by the way, there are some cosplays here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it happens, right? Because I guess if the con gets big, the con wants more money, and then
Yeah.
every con's a business, right?
Yeah.
Damn you, capitalism.
But luckily, there are a lot of cons that are like, we're just not going to go above this size. We're not going to sell any more tickets.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
what it is. If you
Yeah.
get a ticket, you get a ticket.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those in the UK as well.
It's pretty much all of them in the UK. I don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't think of a single. Big,
Except MCN.
I don't really count MCM.
Right.
A lot of the like,
MCM's
anime con
Yeah,
specifically.
MCM's like a Comic Con, so it's a bit of everything. But in
Yeah.
terms of anime cons in the UK, the biggest it gets is about like 1,000 people. I think.
Yeah, and the tickets all sell out on like the first day.
Oh,
And then,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very hard to.
Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this one convention that I've been dying to go to, and it's in, I think it's in Poland, and it's called Photocon.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's, you have to like sign up beforehand to get to it. You have to be like approved and everything.
Wow.
And
Right.
it's in this gorgeous little town in Poland, and they have access to all the different like churches and then
Oh,
like
wow.
ruins and like fields and
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
And you literally
Right.
go there as a cosplayer with your photographer and just take photos for the
That's sick.
weekend.
Right.
And it's just this like magical like utopia of like cosplayer and photographer, and I want to go so
Yeah,
bad.
that sounds sick.
Yeah,
That would just be cool to like just use as an excuse to go around cool places in Poland as well.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
even if you're not a cosplayer, just be like, yeah, I just want some nice photos at a church.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Oh,
that's why I want to go to a Hawaii con, so I can like explore Hawaii for
Yeah.
the first time. You know?
oh my gosh.
That's I think though that's the thing is that like personally for me, I'm just like gonna use conventions as an excuse to go travel.
Yes, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that from
Yeah.
like 2012 to 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So like in like your most busy period, how many conventions would you hit up for like your job? Right? 'Cause-
You were going to a lot, I remember.
yeah.
So many. We were like, there was one year we did like 30 or something, and it was just like, bah, bah, bah.
Were they all in America?
Were you
Or
ever
were they all
home?
over?
Were you ever home?
That's more than half the year.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
yeah.
it was pretty nuts.
That's
but it was
yeah, that's like three, almost two or three a month. Right?
25, 30. Yeah, it was a lot. And then there was like some where, because I remember we went to San Diego Comic Con, then we went to like
Were they all
Australia,
in America?
and then
Oh,
no,
no.
because we would like
Shit.
bounce around depending on like what it was, you know, like Canada. We went to Spain. Oh, Festa del Unicorno is in Italy.
Right.
It's amazing. If they ever invite you, it's so amazing. It's literally in this town called Vinci, which is where like Leonardo da Vinci like kind of
Oh,
grew
wow.
up.
Oh, okay.
And it's in Tuscany, and you get to go to this like it's amazing. Like the I got to wear my blood elf in this like Tuscan town, and like the food is amazing. Who doesn't like Italian pizza?
I think American pizza is better than Italian pizza.
Ryan. Ryan agrees.
Does he?
Yeah, Ryan agrees.
I just think it's got a little more sustenance to it. It's got a more weight
I
to
think
it.
it's two different things entirely.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But for me, if you like have to make me choose one, I'd go for American style.
Wrong. Wrong. You just-
I'm not saying that like it is unequivocally better in any sense. I just
Okay.
that's what I would go
Two
for.
different things.
I
There
like
are
how-
two pizzas inside of you.
there are two pizzas. I just like how an American pizza fucks you up. Like you feel disgusting after. Like you feel so full, like an animal.
DTF?
Yep.
It's down to
He's down. Is DTF on my papillons?
that
bro.
scene from Dodgeball where he like shoves the pizza in his
his
pants.
pants? Is that you,
Yeah,
the
that's
pizza?
me. Yeah.
All right, you and Ryan are the same. Ryan's vegetarian, so he's like, oh, fucking whole Caesar's cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza's the best though.
Yep.
Like it always
Yep.
goes the hardest.
Yep, that's Ryan.
Except you have the shits for the next like 2 days usually.
nice and skinny.
I'm not lactose. I'm good.
Nah, dude.
Why are you getting the shits from a pizza?
Because it's so much cheese.
Lactose.
Like you're literally shitting through a straw after a pizza.
no,
like
no,
Through
no.
an Ivanil.
No, it's fine.
It's horrible.
That's your Japanese genes giving you lactose intolerance.
What?
Because
isn't
Japanese
like-
people don't know how to eat pizza.
Yeah, it's like 80% of people are lactose intolerant in Asia.
This episode is sponsored by Bokksu.
Guys, summer is here, and you know what that means.
Bathing in intense heat and humidity.
Now, obviously, it's about heading to the beach and smashing those watermelons, am I right?
Yes, but no. Summer means it's the festival season in Japan, and this month, Bokksu brings you the spirit of Japanese festivals to your door. Bokksu is our favorite Japanese snack box. They work with family businesses all over Japan and send you a new theme of authentic treats every single month.
What's the theme for this month, Connor?
This month's theme is Matsuri Nights.
Which means festival nights.
Damn right it does.
Ooh, I knew that because I've watched enough anime. Well, guys, it's time to take out your dusty yukatas because it's the Matsuri episode. Joe, what's this I got in my hand right here?
That is the Edo Matsuri Ningyo-yaki cake. This is Ningyo-yaki or doll-shaped cake, and it's based on a small iron mold and filled with custard. These are actually actual bangers.
This is really actually delicious.
Yeah. And I have something that is part of my childhood right here, happitan, but this is takoyaki flavored, which is like the
Ooh.
octopus ball flavored ones. I used to eat these like a mofo. Oh wow, that legit smells like takoyaki. It's fucking good.
So, if you want to try some rare Japanese snacks, just click the link in the description and use code TRASHTASTE15 for $15 off your first purchase.
Back to the episode.
How many conventions have you been in, like, all together, you reckon? Because you probably, out of everyone I know, you've probably been to the most conventions.
Yeah,
like, easily.
it's so fun meeting and connecting with people.
Yeah.
Right.
That I was just so addicted to just being able to like see the people that were just being so fucking cool online.
Because you just have that, like, natural, like, high energy.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Like, when I saw you in, Hawaii at your, like, signing, I was like, it was, like, really fucking professional. Because you were just, like, you gave so much attention and just, like, enthusiasm to every single person, regardless of, like, how shy or not they were.
Yeah.
And then, you know, every now and then you'll get those, like, weirdos, because obviously you're going to when you're in that field, right? But, like, you just handled it like a fucking pro.
You're so nice.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I wish I could be as high energy as you because I saw one of your signings in AX and I remember thinking like I saw you like gave everyone a hug. You were just like so friendly with everyone. I'm like, fuck, man. I just give people a handshake and a picture and then I just
Everyone's
say thank
boundaries
you.
are different though, you know? Like I think my appreciation is that's just how I want them to know how appreciative I am of everything that they've given to me.
Yeah.
I have still probably imposter syndrome hardcore because I feel like I was just at the right place at the right time and the right thing, you know? And so anybody
Who wasn't though?
True, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm very of the like put out into the world what you want to like kind of receive, and
Right.
so that, but then also just appreciating,
Yeah.
But I do
you
see
know?
you as someone who is also like very hypercritical of themselves, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I guess
super-
most people in that field are. Though.
I would
like,
say,
I would say
yeah.
most cosplayers are, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched the documentary on Rooster Teeth.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I watched it. I had to sign up to a fucking Rooster Teeth membership to fucking.
Thanks for
I
watching
cancelled it right after I
Good
watched
on
it.
you.
I'm sorry, Rooster Teeth. There was nothing else I wanted to watch. I think I was just curious. I was like, well, what could it be? Like, it's a documentary. I'm like, well, go on. Yeah, it was really good. I wish it was longer. Why was it so short?
Oh, because it's just like a little.
You're like, that's me. That's done.
Yeah, that's me. That's all I am.
I got dug into my couch. I was ready, and I'm like, 30 minutes. Wait, we're with credits. Well,
Yeah, just a little guy.
It's not even a
you know?
YouTube
Just a
video.
little treat.
It was really good. Yeah, I liked how a lot of the focus was on like, how it's hard dealing with all of the eyes on you and all the expectations and people talking shit.
Yeah.
Because again, like you didn't have that gradual build that a lot of cosplayers and just like people on the internet have. Like it was literally just 0 to 100.
Well, I think
Yeah.
even then it's like now, even if you are big, it's like it's such a big thing now where a lot of people there are so many cosplayers over like 1 million followers, right?
100%.
Right, and I think when you started, it was very much not that. It was
there was a very small pocket of us that kind
Yeah.
of like grew.
Yeah.
I feel like now accessibility to social media and just
Oh, yeah.
being able to blow up on social media is so common.
And
You're
other
right.
ways of monetizing it, right? Like
Yeah,
there's so
exactly.
many ways to make money from cosplay.
So
now.
much, and it's like really great and really kind of I couldn't imagine doing what I do now in this space from scratch today.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
You have to be like a ruthless business person to make it
Yes.
work.
Yeah, the
Like,
method
you-
is just
yeah,
completely
you have
different
to
now.
be
You have to be on
top
that
of
like
it. Yeah.
Sigma grind set too. like
Are you
full
not
on.
doing that with your
Yeah.
current shit?
No,
Just
not right
like,
now. I'm chilling right now. I'm full like.
yeah, but you're like, I'm just for 2 weeks making a cosplay. And I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
but
do
that's for me. That's because
yeah, but
I
that's
want
your
to.
Sigma grind set.
Yeah, but
Like,
my
the
okay,
fact-
okay.
The fact that you
your
wake,
grind set.
the fact that you're waking up every day for like 2 weeks just to grind out this costume, and I'm like, that's not
It's for the
grinding.
love.
That's not grinding.
It's
That's
for
not love.
passion. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's not like a like the Sigma grind set for me is I don't know if I can say this, but
You can say it.
yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can say it. You can say it.
Yeah, that's-
this isn't a PG-13 podcast.
That's true. We were talking about fucking pizza earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
That's a great idea.
I wasn't sure you were like,
fucking pizza.
Pizza?
I wasn't sure you were mainly like being, I guess, your presence was. I wasn't sure because I know you have YouTube, you have a Twitter, I think you have Patreon as well.
I did for a while.
Did
yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Like, I just know you as the person online.
I remember.
Because you're like,
Crazy?
yeah, because you're like, I know they know we're on YouTube, right? They know
Yeah.
that's our thing. But I
Yeah.
didn't know like where you were.
I remember
like
when you
what
were
your
on
thing.
YouTube.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you fucking upload videos, which is
Yeah,
never
yeah, yeah.
what's going
No,
on.
I did. So I did Mail Mondays for a really long time, and they were like Mail Mondays from like way back. So like,
Yeah.
man, that was like the Wild West back then. You could do whatever back then. I was like Hannah Minx was my goddess. You remember?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
oh
remember
man, wherever
Hannah
you are,
Minx.
Minx.
Oh my god.
So I actually had to private all my videos because a lot of my videos were not
Yeah, not
friendly.
safe for work.
Yeah, not safe for work because it was like old school.
Demonetizable. That's how we say it
People would
nowadays.
send me stuff in the mail, and I would just
Yeah.
put it on right there
Yeah.
on
It's
the
a
thing.
15-inch dragon dildo.
Yeah.
Oh man, never got one of those, but that'd be sick.
I mean, they're expensive. Like
Wait, how much are they?
a few $100, I
Really?
think.
Yeah.
Like what kind of do they have?
I don't know.
Fire?
We'll talk about it off screen. We'll talk
We're still waiting for a sponsorship
Yeah.
from them.
mine's been
Bad
backed up.
Dragon, sponsor them. Oh my god, that'd be cool.
What the fuck? Wait, okay. I remember what I was going to ask now.
Oh yeah.
How did the fucking documentary come around? Like, what was that all about?
Oh,
Like, how did that happen?
So I did stuff with like Rooster Teeth because like a whole bunch of my friends are at Rooster Teeth and
Yeah.
everything. So like Barb and all them, and then they were just kind of like, we kind of want to just do a documentary, and we want to do like thing because you're a friend of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
love working with you.
Yeah.
Let's just do who's Jessica?
What
And I
was your initial reaction to that?
I was like,
Yeah, I can imagine you'd be like,
me? Not me. I'm so like I was just me. It was really weird though, because like people were kind of like the hate online was kind of like, oh whatever, she's a dickhead
Right.
before the thing, and then after the documentary, everyone was like, oh my god, I see her now, and I was like,
wait, why did they hate you before?
just because like girl
Because,
with
she
booba
kind
online.
of because she kind of as well, but like it was also the fact that you just kind of came out of nowhere and just overtook the scene.
Yeah.
Right. So
Mm.
so
Yeah.
immediately all the eyes were on you because it's like, who is this Jessica chick and why
Yeah.
is she
Yeah.
everywhere?
Yeah.
You know, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So like naturally with any person, it doesn't matter if they're an absolute dickhead or the nicest person ever,
Yeah.
they're gonna get that
This
initial
was
wave.
also before there was like this real awesome like sex workers like
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
like way back when
That's
like
true.
if you dressed like
Right,
slutty and put
yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
online, then you were an absolute hooer, you know.
Yeah.
So when everyone kind of like saw the documentary and everything, they were like, oh, she actually makes her costumes. Oh wait, she got bullied. Oh. Okay.
She's a
okay.
human being. She's a human being. She's a human being.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird because I was not prepared for
Right.
people to be okay with me.
Oh,
And
Right.
that was an incredibly weird sensation.
Did you get a lot of people reaching out, being like, "Hey, long time no talk"?
Not in like a connecting human way.
Right.
It was
right.
really, really interesting, and I did not know how to prepare. And that was probably more tough than dealing with like people being dicks online.
Oh.
Was people being nice
Yeah.
online.
You're like, don't do that. I know you're lying.
Yeah.
Don't give me hope. Don't do
They
that.
almost had us in the first time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
If someone's nice to you and they expect a response, it's way harder to like, I feel like, formulate that response or give them what you think they want or try and think of just anything. Then
Yeah.
if they're a dick, you're like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then you kind of go like, I'm not like what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can dismiss that or whatever.
Yeah.
But then if someone's like, oh, I really love what you do, I'm like, You have so many expectations. Oh my god, I hope I don't fucking let you down. Oh my god, you sweet angel. Why am I what you look after? Like, don't look up to me. Oh my god.
It's like, I don't know if it's growing up in England, but every time I try to like genuinely show gratitude, I always sound sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, am I sounding sarcastic now?
I have to clarify. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being serious before I say anything nice.
Yeah.
That's the curse of the British, isn't it?
It is. Everything we say sounds like either sarcastic or self-deprecating. Like, being like positive is just like a fucking anomaly to us.
It lends well to the American accent positivity, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I really think so,
definitely.
Yeah. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so amazing.
It's so easy to sound hyper positive with an American accent.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a British or an Australian accent,
I
it's
really
really
appreciate you
hard.
coming out
But-
here.
but-
That's wonderful. Thank you for having me on.
If
the
I said that
podcast.
to you, you'd think like, wow, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like,
But like,
Say it again.
But like on the flip side,
Tell Ryan now.
Oh my god.
on the flip side, if you see like a negative American or like someone who an American being angry, it just hits that much harder, you know?
Bro, right?
Bro.
Oh, they're
That's why you
yucky.
guys can't say the C word without it sounding like a really fucking dirty word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can.
Well, you can do the Australian
Yeah,
accent.
you can do the Australian one.
But like when an American says it, it's like, oh,
I
a slap in the face.
understand why you can't say it in American.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
You're a cunt.
Oh, that's the hard T. Why?
It's the rocket cone. You're a fucking cunt.
It's the hard C. It's like, oh.
That's because you guys use cunt in like an
Endearing way.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a good cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we
should
talking
stop
about
saying
before?
the C word.
I've completely forgotten what we were talking about before.
The documentary.
Documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like,
Documentary.
were they just like, hey, we're just gonna fucking follow you around for like a few weeks?
Yeah. So they came over and they were like, okay, what's the plan? I was like, okay, well, I'm getting ready for BlizzCon and I'm gonna make this costume for BlizzCon.
Right, I remember this,
I was
yeah.
gonna make a loon for BlizzCon, and
Right.
I was genuinely in the zone, and it was gonna happen, and I was gonna work on it, and it didn't. It completely fell through.
Right.
And so I was like, fuck. So then I changed gears to Alex Straza. And so then I was able to shit Alex Straza out in like 2 weeks because I don't know, like Powerball, ball, you know. So that makes it sound so much more like underground cyberpunk.
How many lines of coke did you do before that? That's what it sounds like. You're like, let's go.
I just started like smoking weed in like 2018. So I was like, everyone used to think that I was like on serious drugs. Never done it. Oh man.
That's why, as much as the Hawaii experience with Jess was amazing, it was
Yeah.
also the most draining experience. I've had.
True. I can be very draining
Hanging out with
around
Jessica
someone
for
like
more than like 3 days in a row, I'm just like
The film crew were
fuck,
just like, yeah,
dude.
we're beat.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
beat.
I'm like,
Look at
I'm
us.
so.
I was like, okay, now
Just
I
sucks the
need the
energy.
coke.
I'm so sorry.
You suck the energy out of me.
So-
I'm like, I want to hang out, but fuck, dude. I'm so tired.
Were they just following you like throughout
Yeah.
like every day? They were at your house just filming
Yeah,
you?
so what they did is they came over and then we did like they like drove around. They're like, okay, would you like to do some sort of like we'll go with you to get some materials and then we can like talk about like your growing up experience and everything, New Zealand, all that
Right.
stuff. And then we like did the whole costume process and everything. And then they came to BlizzCon and they filmed that stuff too. Yeah.
Okay.
That must be weird,
Was it-
right? To have your own documentary.
Oh, it's so weird.
How
It
would you?
was
Because
so
like, how would you how would you react if someone just came up to you and was like, "We want to make a documentary about you"?
I mean,
watched
my
the shit
my
out of
biggest
that.
concern would be like, what's the angle? Like, what
Yeah.
are you trying to portray me as? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is it like a sympathetic thing of like, woe is me, or is it like, what a fucking badass Sigma male grind set? Like,
Oh, it's just like, look at this monkey.
what would
right
I be
here.
fucking
Look at
doing?
this
Like,
fucking
I
monkey.
just sit in my room all day. Like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking do anything. Like, I feel like it'd be
watched
so
that,
boring.
though. I feel like I've got such a crazy like obsession with like because I got really into watching streamers over the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I would watch that. I would watch that because I want to know what like a streamer's mentality is like when you're doing that like XQC grind, you know, like 8 hours a day or 10,
They are a
12
different
hours.
breed of human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
wake
Weird.
up and just go. You know?
Some days you're just like, fuck, I do not want to press go live.
I
You're like,
really admire.
you're like, you
people
fucking
streaming.
down a bunch of coffee. You're like, let's go.
It does feel good when you start though, right? Like
When you see all the chat going crazy, that
Yeah.
shit's more serotonin than anything. I don't know why. That's
yeah.
something like about that. All the emotes.
He's
going
gone
crazy.
too deep,
Yeah,
bro.
he's a true
Well, I mean,
streamer
I
now.
stream so fucking much.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's-
You're a real
it's like-
streamer.
I can do like 12, 14-hour streams, no problem. That's like,
I'd even need to take a break. He says that would destroy
Yeah,
me.
no, that's
Yeah, I
true.
couldn't
I've done
do
that
that.
like back to back a few days. A
Yeah.
bunch of
Oh my
times.
god.
It's I don't know, when you find the right thing to stream, it just feels so like fluid and it
I
feels so
did
natural.
catch your Elden Ring streams.
Yeah, that was like
That was
3
awesome.
days of where I was like addicted. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't put it down, and I was just like, "This is so fun," and it was
Yeah.
such good content.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I've been streaming more often recently, and I've
Hell
been
yeah.
doing like before I used to like struggle to do 2-hour streams, and now I do like sometimes 4 to 5 hour
Yeah.
streams. But
Yeah.
like sometimes there are some streams that just drain your fucking
Oh yeah,
energy.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course that
Yeah.
happens.
And I remember one time I was like streaming, like I think I was like going through like an anime chart or something, and I was only like about halfway through, and I was like fucking knackered. So I said I was like going to get like a drink or coffee or something, and then I just left, and then I just sat down, and I was like, fuck. What if I just don't come back? and I think I just didn't come back for like 5 minutes. I lost like 1,000 viewers. I was looking at my analytics. I was like, why did I drop for like 1,000 viewers? And I was like, oh yeah, because I just left. And I just left and didn't say I was gonna come back.
Done with this now. That's so funny.
But yeah, I fucking needed that because it was just like so fucking draining.
Yeah.
And, like
I
yeah.
admire like anybody who is just on a consistent YouTube schedule or like streaming schedule. Like you guys just being like on that grind is just it's so
well, it's like what you said. It's just an addiction. You just
It's
love
true.
it. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
true.
Like,
I definitely wouldn't be able to do what you do.
Yeah, 30
I don't-
conventions. I'd miss my home
I don't do
so
it anymore
much.
though. Like
Yeah.
I remember it was around 2019. It was right before 2020 started. Me and Ryan were like, man, we are burnt the fuck out. You know, I was like,
Yeah, I bet.
just about to hit like 30, and I was like, bro, I don't wanna do this as much as I'm doing this anymore.
you
Like
hit,
I
like-
want to go like travel and have a good time and just relax. Let's get
Yeah.
a dog. Let's hang out with my parents. Well, the pandemic said everybody take a break.
Yeah.
You know, so I remember just very vividly being like, I am 1,000% burnt out.
Yeah.
And I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I had to push pause. And now only after everything, like 2 or 3 years, I'm like, okay,
can go do it again.
feel a little cheeky, feel
Little cheeky con.
little cheeky convention, a little cheeky 5-day speed belt.
I might just do a devious link into 10:30 cons again, you know? You know how it is.
So
Speed run.
if you went to conventions, what were you doing throughout the pandemic? Just chilling?
I
Did you do like any side ventures or anything?
Yeah, a lot of stuff off. Like we're getting into building we're gonna like start building hobbit holes and creating like.
What is a hobbit hole?
Like from
seen Lord of the
Rings.
You're gonna make one of those?
Yeah, we're gonna get like a property and we're gonna build hobbit holes and like fantasy cabins and like build this like almost like an Airbnb situation
Oh my
where
wow.
our friends can come and just like stay,
That
make
sounds
content or
fucking
whatever, and then we're gonna like become little old cabin mushroom people.
That's
I want to get to that stage, man.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
That sounds like an awesome project.
I'm like really excited. Ryan turned our front room into a D&D tavern.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he's so talented. But he's been really keen on doing like a bunch of like woodwork, all that kind of stuff. So
Right,
like that's
right.
what we really want to do. Yeah.
He definitely seems like a woodwork kind of guy.
Yeah, he does.
he gives off woodwork energy.
What do you guys want to do like beyond?
Beyond.
Beyond what?
Beyond this dimension?
That's a good question.
I feel like I'm so in the thick of it right now. I'm just like I'm
Yeah.
that fuck. God damn it.
Oh.
Fucking hate that TikTok noise.
what?
Stream
Oh.
into the thick of it.
Fucking hate that. I'm like in the middle of it right now. I'm really
Yeah.
just enjoying it, and I feel like I don't want to do anything else right now. It's
That's
just that's what I like doing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right now, like pretty much all of our 3 schedules are like packed.
Yeah.
Like with everything that we're working on, I don't have time to think about what I want to do next because I'm
Yeah.
kind of doing it now.
That's good.
Meanwhile, I just started a clothing thing and I'm dreading the fact that like my work has just tripled.
Oh, but it's
so fun.
Awesome. You gotta be so proud
Yeah,
of
but it's so
yourself.
fun.
That's so
And it's
amazing.
like, yeah, it's worth it. Like, yeah, now I have less free time than ever now, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's cool to do something that's just like completely different now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You definitely have to change gears when you're in this space too, because it can make you really like, you don't want to start getting what's it called when you
Stagnating.
stagnate, but also like you don't want to be angry at what you're doing.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to change gears and do.
I just
different
don't want to
things.
be in like a monotonous cycle
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
with like everything. Like, I don't want to get to the point where it's like, I know what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 days because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to be exactly the same as what I did today.
Exactly.
You know, like I don't want to get to that point. So it's like,
Yeah. Like this year is like by far the busiest year of my life. And
Easily.
it's like not even
Not
close.
even a comparison.
Like it feels weird that like, you know, normally when you get married, that's like everything revolves around that for the entire
time to
year.
settle down, you know?
Yeah, it's time to settle down. And to me, like my marriage is obviously an amazing event, but it was like only one of the things that were planned in this like fucking massive year.
It's like, check that off the list. Let's see what else we got left, right?
Yeah.
Ask me again in a year and I'll probably have a better answer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always really curious to see what other content creators are doing with their lives beyond like the content grind, because it's like I can't see us turning on a camera and being like, "Hey, what's up, you guys? Next time, you know, like old, you know, YouTubers doing their thing." But then there's that cute guy that plays RuneScape on Twitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Yeah, the old guy.
And if it makes him happy, then fucking do it, you know?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Vibing.
So I'm really, really interested to see. Like I've been watching Felix's videos since he's been moving to Japan.
Yeah.
And there's just such a feeling of like, oh hell yeah.
Dude, he's enjoying it so
Like,
fucking
just
much.
do your
He's making
life,
vlogs
man.
again, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him, you know?
He's
So
just doing it with his iPhone as well.
I know.
So nice.
Yeah. Well, because like I feel like another big thing is that the past 2 years have been the pandemic. So I feel like you either went one of two ways. You either like really just use that time to like chill out and start doing some side gigs or some side projects.
Yeah.
Or for us, we just kind of filled that kind of void with just keeping ourselves busy to like distract ourselves with how depressing it was to not be able to see our friends and stuff like that. And now we're just like kind of getting out of that pandemic, and we kind of realize, holy shit, we are so fucking busy, and we gave ourselves this schedule in order to distract ourselves originally. And now we're like traveling and doing all this other stuff as well.
So cool. I think it's so awesome. I think it's so deserved. Like you guys created such an incredible podcast for people to kind of like lean on during like the pandemic and everything, and like the people that follow you and everything probably feel just, I'm sure I speak for them in the way that they probably just appreciate the ever-loving shit out of what you guys have done.
We just talk shit for 2 hours, bro.
That's awesome.
Like, that's all we do.
It's so nice.
That's all we do.
Bro, this is the easy part of our job, you know?
Exactly.
Let's not talk about our main channel stuff.
Yeah, right.
That's the hard part.
We just wear stupid hats and fucking
Let's go.
talk shit. You know, that's all we do. Yeah, exactly.
So like, do you plan to go back to more conventions now that, you know, everything's opening
think,
back up again?
So I really want to start doing stealthy costumes, like make full on like
Unrecognizable.
big, like either like go full on like do you know Ariel from Diablo?
No.
Like one of the angels, one of the archangels. I'd love to make like Tyrael from the
Damn, you played every
Diablo.
Blizzard game, huh?
I used to be a hardcore Blizzard fangirl.
Not that I'm doing too hard.
You're gonna do like the Adam Savage thing where it's just like non-recognizable cosplay.
just stuff that like is purely like if people want to stop and take photos, it's because they're like, wow, your costume's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then like that's like the soul of it and everything.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah.
still do love making stuff. I got really into making fairy houses. And like
what's that?
like just little fairy homes.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah,
Just
what
like
the fuck?
small homes.
Like little tiny houses. Like I made tiny houses out of like sticks and like mushrooms and stuff. And I got
How does one get into that?
A pandemic.
How does one
Pandemic.
discover that to begin with?
I got hardcore into like just
Like
I-
miniatures and stuff?
Yeah, like tiny little like I would make little tables and chairs.
is like
I went
the most-
full
Ryan,
out-
Ryan, I've started cooking meth, all right? Listen, I think this will really be something, Ryan.
That is the most like, yeah, I'm retired.
This is the most COVID pandemic hobby like I've ever heard in my life. So I started making fairy houses, guys.
Dude, it was so therapeutic. I loved it. And then I would
It's like all the people who started knitting during the pandemic, you know?
Oh, I got really into plants. So every time I got really depressed, I would
Everyone's
propagate a new
getting-
plant.
Aki got into plants as well.
Yep. And so I have this
Everyone's
like
getting into
huge fairy garden room now, and I was like, I was really sad.
Everyone turned into a plant mom during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh. But yeah, so like that's kind of like where the thing is like the fairy houses kind of like blend into like the hobbit holes and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So creating stuff is still something I want to do in the future, but just like maybe not necessarily like in front of the camera,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
just to like make stuff.
I
with
think I
friends.
remember you were telling me or Aki, because I think we just in a casual conversation we had a similar like conversation asking like what would you want to do after cosplaying,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, you know, I think it goes without saying that like cosplaying in retrospect doesn't have as long of a lifespan
Yeah.
for people, right? Especially because, you know, once people start to get a little bit older, it gets a little more difficult to cosplay certain characters and stuff like
Right.
that, right? So it's like, but I think I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong in this, but you were like, I want to get into like a manager like type position where you
Oh,
like
there
manage
was a moment.
cosplayers and stuff like that?
Yeah, there was a time where I was thinking about that, and then I was like, "That's fucking stupid." Not like, yeah, like I don't
Well,
want to do
you'd
that.
have to
Just,
deal
like,
with yourself. You'd have to
yeah,
manage
like I would have to manage them, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, do I really want to manage people?" And then I was like, maybe I could like fund a management company, and then like have
Yeah.
people that like want to do it, like for sure. But like,
Right.
oh,
Okay, because I'm
man.
glad you said that now because I remember when you told me that time,
Were you like,
I
"Oh,
responded being
Jessica."
like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But in my head, I'm like, she can't be a fucking manager.
Not me, bro. You better manage my shit.
Nah, dude.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's not you.
No, I don't want to manage people. No.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like yeah.
How do you feel like the cosplay scene has changed since you started?
Oh my gosh. TikTok has made it so
Oh my
huge.
God.
Do you do
know?
TikTok as well?
Not really. I have a little TikTok. It's got like 100,000 people on it, but like it's mostly just like Kato and then like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fun like travel video stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, I think TikTok is oh my God, I love TikTok and I love consuming TikTok. I don't want to create for TikTok.
Right.
Right.
Because I
yes.
want it to be this pure like untampered like meme stream that I can just kind of like go and like enjoy.
Yeah.
And be like,
You don't want to ruin the platform for yourself.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
want to look at it and be like, oh, I don't want to go on TikTok because I have to create for it. You know.
I just
Yeah.
don't know what I would create.
Well,
That's like my main
I
issue with
just
TikTok. It's like
take my shit
I'm
from my
totally.
stream.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
you guys could do the cool little like stream clip things. with
Yeah, we do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I
Yeah,
do.
we do
Yeah.
that already.
Yeah, we did that for Trash Taste, but it's
Yeah.
like for me personally, I'm like I don't know what I would do.
Oh, I use my personal streams.
Oh, okay, that makes
Works
sense.
pretty well.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
people seem
awesome.
to like
That's the way to grow these days. TikTok is like the avenue.
Got to be on
Yeah.
there.
Yep, that's how you do it. The Zoomers are got it. I love Zoomers.
The kids.
The kids, oh
The
my god,
kiddies. Got it,
I'm
yeah.
so grateful for Zoomers.
Yeah.
They've like, no, I tell you, man, they like being in the space, like with Zoomers and like, am I technically a millennial? Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
I'm
millennial.
millennial, yeah.
Yeah. So like being in the like creative space with Zoomers and millennials and stuff like that is really interesting because they can teach us so many things and they can keep us like on top of our shit and they can also like motivate the crap out of you.
Yeah, yeah,
With
yeah.
what you're doing, you know? And
They
they're
have
like,
the enthusiasm that you lost over the years,
Yeah,
right?
and
So you're like, damn, I had that one day. I remember when I was
on that Sigma male grind.
yeah. Oh man, I was so starry-eyed, man. Oh god, god damn, I miss those days.
Yeah,
Dude,
I feel that.
they just inspire me like crazy, especially the cosplayers and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah,
they'll like they'll start the TikTok like without any makeup, and then they'll go take the video, do their makeup for the video as the video is rolling, and then get into the costume all for one video and have it all just on TikTok the whole time.
Yeah.
Like while they're doing it. And I'm just like, you're just amazing. You're amazing. You're glorious. You're fantastic. You're queens. All of you. I fucking love you. You're so intense.
Do you feel like the bar of quality has been like stepped up over the years in terms of cosplaying?
Definitely think cosplay now for TikTok in particular, not talking about the crafting aspect.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
crafting aspect, fuck yes. It's like accelerated. As far
right.
as like TikTok cosplay, it's more like you have to be the character and do the like
You have to
all
embody the character.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
you have to really present yourself as like a content creator that is also a cosplayer.
Right, right. How long would you say it takes to like learn the skills that you have, or like the kind of like the average skill level that you see on TikTok, or some of like the higher end
I don't know,
cosplayers?
right? Because I feel like a majority of people on TikTok who like they crank out their things and stuff are doing like purchase costumes maybe.
Right.
And then
right,
like
okay.
there is the crafters as well who like put that stuff. But I think it takes, I don't know, it really depends on like.
Yeah, because I'm sure like get to the skill set of like Kamui, for example.
Yeah.
It's like
My
fucking
God.
decades, right? Like
Yeah.
just getting to the point where you just start building your own armor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there's
She's
also
a god.
like there's some really talented makeup artists as well. Like
Yes.
I'm just like,
Oh my
fuck, man.
God.
You like this is an actual artist I'm looking
Yeah.
at with some
Yeah.
like,
Like they
the
don't have to
makeup.
they don't have to make a costume. 'cause
No,
they
no,
can
no,
just
no,
make
yeah,
a
yeah.
cosplay
Straight
just
on.
with the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Have
incredible.
you guys seen that guy who does like the real meme cosplays? And he's like,
Oh,
he'll like paint his butt. to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like
yeah,
Nancy
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Pelosi.
yeah.
I love that
It's like the
The
cheap
Sou-
cosplays,
the Southeast Asian guy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's
That guy's awesome.
amazing.
It's fucking
He's
awesome.
actually Thai, actually. So
Let's go. Oh, really?
Shout out. Shout out to my Thai bros.
So since you've been to like so many conventions, right? Like you must have some fucking insane convention stories.
Oh my God. When I heard about your guys' experience with the guy,
Yeah.
it reminded me of the time that I also had someone do that to us.
Wait, what?
Really?
We were in this wonderful convention hall. We were in a church. They had the panel in a church.
What?
It was really awesome. Like it was really cool. And we were doing this panel in this church. I was dressed as a slutty elf. Perfect.
Turn your Bibles to page 3.
Amazing. And we were doing our panel and stuff, and we were just sitting up there. And this guy puts his hand up, and he goes, "Oh, can I give you something?" And it was like quite a small little like room, you know, like whatever. And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And he goes, I was like, "What is it?" Like as he was walking towards the stage, and he goes, "It's a bomb." And
What?
then bolts for the stage. And literally these two giant like security guys just went go and grabbed him. And I was like, what the fuck?
Was it
And then
actually?
No, so they grab him and he goes, "I'm just kidding, it's cookies." And I said, "I'm American." You
I
can't say
don't
that
think
to me.
in any country that would be
You
If
can't
someone
like
said
like that
in
would
the
be
UK,
okay.
I wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
oh, funny.
Oh my God. And then I think he like left and stuff, but it was just such a like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like,
What do you do other than shit
Like,
yourself?
how did he plan in his head for that to go down? Like, what was his like? Must have been like, this is going to be hilarious.
He's like, here comes the punchline.
yeah, no.
It's a bomb.
Yeah.
Bomb cookies.
Anyway, that's
He just got tackled before he could say the punchline.
It's a bomb.
They're fresh. I need to get them to you right now.
God, that's
That's the
horrible.
only time someone had been like trying to rush or like run on the stage.
Where's Ryan? Ryan's got really good memory because he's like,
He's the one who has to deal with it.
yeah, he is, and he's the
deal
one that
with
gets like, he's like, we can't do this again, Jessica.
No, I remember the one that you told me ages ago of the guy who came to your house to deliver something.
Oh my God.
That
There
one,
was a guy. Oh my, I love Ryan. This
Yeah,
literally every day.
this story made me gay for Ryan.
Yeah.
Right.
So this guy, so we're at my house. It's like my old house. And we're just chilling around, and we're with our friend Jono. And Jono's like a bro from La Jolla. And someone knocks on the doorbell, and or knocks on the door. We open the door, and this person goes, "I have a package for Jessica. Is this Jessica's house?" And he goes, "Yeah." And the guy's like dressed as like a courier.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay." And he like takes the package. And he goes, "Just to be sure, this is Jessica's house, right? Jessica Nigri?" And he goes, "Yeah." Like, I don't know. And then he like closes the door. He gives us the package, and we're like, "What the hell was that?" And he was like, "I don't know, just a guy." And I was like, "Okay." We took the package, no labels or anything on it, nothing on the labels. I open up the package. Inside the package is a premonition. It's a story of someone saying, "Jessica, this person is going to come into your life, and this person is going to offer you a business deal, and you are going to take that business deal, and you're going to have the best business experience in your entire life if you take this business."
Does it sound like a
thing."
fucking Rosetta Stone? What was this? What was this piece of
Ten
paper?
I don't know. It was weird, and then I was like, I put it back in, and I was like, what the fuck? Because there was no labels on anything. This was not shipped. This was not a courier.
Yeah.
Ryan knows what's up. He's got like the sixth sense for this bullshit.
Yeah.
So he goes, "What the hell was that? What the hell was that? What is that?" And he just gets up. He goes out the door, and me and John are sitting on the couch like, "Oh, Ryan's moving. Ryan's on the move." Ryan goes down the street, tackles this guy, gets this guy in a headlock.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Yeah.
"Why are you here?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?" He
Yeah.
goes, I bought her address off of website. I bought her, like, I just wanted to give her the package." And he was like, "What?" He goes, "Do you have a weapon on you?" And he goes, No, I'm from Canada. I flew from Canada. I just came from the airport."
What the?
Yeah.
fuck?
And then Ryan was like, "Oh my God." And then he puts him down. He goes, "Don't fucking move, okay?" And the neighbors like see him, like see the altercation and everything. Then the neighbor comes out, and the neighbor goes, "Is everything okay?" And he goes, "Can you please call the cops?" And like, "This guy, can you just call the cops?" And the neighbor goes, "Why?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Just please, can you call the cops?" And the kid's like sitting on the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the cops come, like talk to this kid, and they say like, "Look, you can't. You technically can't come here. You can't do that."
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
And like, the cop told Ryan, he's like, "Technically, I can't do anything, but I can scare him if you want." And Ryan was like, "Yes, please."
Would you like to see his pants turn brown?
I imagine that getting tackled is already pretty fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
But,
sure.
like,
Getting
Ryan-
tackled by Ryan would be fucking terrifying,
Oh, yeah.
but really hot for you.
Tackle me. So then he the cop gave him a talking to and everything, and then he like got in an Uber and like walked away.
How
and
old
left.
was this kid?
bro, this kid had to have been like 20,
teenage?
22,
Jeez.
21, 22. But like,
Down bad, dude.
just so many things started running through my mind. One,
Right.
you bought the address online.
Yeah.
You flew from Canada to come down here and do this, and you came up to the door. You could have like, it's just so many things.
Just why?
Just why? And then
Yeah.
that's when we went, okay, this is really serious. Like we're actually quite like, not to be like, oh, we're quite popular online,
Yeah.
but like we have a large following.
Yeah.
We need to start doing something about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So we started like doing the whole like internet scrub of everything. Like
Right.
you do all the things to like take care of like your home and like your
Yeah.
address and everything like that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Don't
it just-
fucking do that.
Yeah,
Please
this
do
this is
not.
that. Obviously, in case we need to spell it out, that
Yeah.
is not cool. You do not do that. It's worrying that there is a website that sells addresses of
It's really
YouTubers
easy
and
to find.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of websites that do it just because
Yeah.
like maybe your information was leaked by some website or something. It's
Right.
like it's just a
Yeah.
database. Like they-
right.
It won't be like this is Jessica Nigri. It'll probably just be like that. We have a bunch of addresses.
Yeah.
You can search for a name and it'll come up.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right,
Because it
right.
hasn't like the a lot of countries have it because if you vote a lot of the time that's public
True.
in a lot of countries.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
your name has to be publicly registered with an address.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is really concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave it. Just leave
Yeah.
it alone. You know?
I think the thing was Amouranth just recently.
Oh, that was
is-
fucking. That
Oh.
one was terrifying.
That is
What happened with that one?
So yeah, a dude flew from Estonia. Yeah. It wasn't our editor, but luckily.
There are more people who live in Estonia than just
one
Moon
of the two. One of the two Estonians. No, so yeah, he flew from Estonia and was live streaming himself outside her house, like waiting, like the entire time.
What?
And like it
Yep.
started to gain a bit of popularity of people watching him because I think people were. It's probably that sick thing of like, what fucked up thing is he gonna try and do?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
gonna watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And luckily he got arrested before.
Yeah, rightfully
anything
so.
happened.
Yeah.
But like, my God, flying from Estonia and he was there for like a month,
he was there for a long time.
waiting outside of her house.
Yeah.
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 Mudan, come get your mans. Mudan, Mudan, get your mans.
Is that your man's?
But like, there's that, and then there's the one from I forgot Gav. And,
Yeah, Gav and Meg.
Yeah.
and also obviously Christina Grimmie.
Dude, I just don't know
It's scary.
what it's terrifying. Like that's
Yeah.
another thing that me and Ryan also kind of really considered when we were starting to not do conventions anymore, is because there were some moments and some messages that we were getting too that we were just like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If these conventions aren't going to be taking the precautions that they need to be taking.
A lot
Yeah.
of them don't.
And I think it's because there's a vast disconnect of understanding of how a popular creator online can draw such a huge audience and become such a influential part of a convention experience.
Right.
You know, because I saw like the video and like everything, like you guys had a massive fucking panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you guys are about to go to Anime Expo. It's gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah.
You know, and like I would say that like there are times where these online creators and like everything have way bigger lines and way bigger like presence than like traditional media.
Oh, yeah.
things.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
surprises the shit out of me that people are still not up to date with the fact that you guys are.
It's been like 10 years, and,
Yeah.
and the convention's
Yeah.
still kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time I went to a convention and I had like a huge line and I was next to I don't want to say who was next to,
Yeah.
just 'cause,
Yeah.
like, but he came over to me after and he goes, so what do you do? Like what do you do? What are you dressed up as? Kindred? Like what? I was dressed as Kindred from League of Legends. you know?
Right, right,
and he
right.
was like what is this? And I was like, oh, I'm a cosplayer. And I was like all excited to tell him and he goes, oh, okay.
Oh, I think there's a
Right.
lot of forces at play, right? Like there's a lot of like traditional agents putting pressure on the con to be like,
Yeah.
these are the people. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
these who
yeah.
you give a shit about.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
you've got like your team's like, oh, we got like this cosplayer, like
Yeah.
we like the, and then
Yeah.
the conventions, I think. I don't
But
know.
we got
Yeah.
the guy who plays an extra in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why aren't you pampering him up?
Yeah.
I want to go
it-
see that guy. I love Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just starting to experience this now. I mean, like, I think like MCM, we've talked about this before, but MCM was like a real eye opener for us
Yeah.
in terms of what we need for like our convention experience.
Because we've been to
Yeah.
conventions before, just as our own stuff, but
Yeah.
like it was not even close to the same level.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
never
yeah,
this crazy.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
it's-
How
it-
cool though. Like how
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
Fucking
it's
awesome.
equal
Yeah.
parts exciting as it is
Terrifying.
scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
guys think you're gonna do going forward, or what do you think you would like suggest? Say if there's a convention watching and they're like, what would you suggest?
Good
Proper security.
Give
Yeah,
give
yeah.
us security. Maylin?
Stop looking down on YouTubers.
This episode is sponsored by Tippsy.
Tippsy, for those of you who don't know, is the US's largest online sake store, carrying over 400 labels, all decoded into an easy-to-grasp format.
So with Tippsy, if you become a member, every 3 months you get 6 new sake that they curate for you. Look at this. Look at all these bottles right here.
Delicious. Well, as the token sake expert here on Trash Taste, let me just touch upon a couple of the ones that you guys might be interested in.
Okay.
So one that I personally recommend right here is the Toyo Bijin, the Okarakuchi. This particular brew gives an aroma red apple that fades to an almost nutmeg spice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
What else? We also have the Takenotsuki, the Yuki Honoka right there. This sake is locally produced using mountain dew water collected from a deep well and Dewa no Sato rice.
And don't worry if you know nothing about sake, because it comes with a nice Tippsy sake guide for beginners. Connor, this one's for you.
Thanks. I need that, actually. And for every single Tippsy member, you will get unlimited free shipping.
So if you're interested in Tippsy, make sure to check it out by clicking the link down in the description below. And thank you to Tippsy for sponsoring this episode.
Drink responsibly. So yeah, I mean, like, we haven't gone to the event now, but by the time that this episode comes out, we would have already been to Anime Expo, and having to deal with them in terms of explaining the fact that we need security is just didn't go through at all. So we asked for security after our incident at MCM and after our experience at MCM, and they kind of just refused to give us any. And
Mind you, we're guests
yeah.
at this con.
You guys are like official.
We're official
We're
guests
official guests.
at
Yeah.
Anime Expo, and they were like,
No,
Yeah.
I think what they said was something along the lines of, there's security at the con, so why would you need... Yeah, why would you need any additional ones? But then we won't have anyone like with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys need a body
and that's
Yeah.
what we said. And you know, we even said like, hey, we had this incident at MCM where unfortunately security was not present.
Yeah.
We don't want the same thing happening at Anime Expo because
Yeah.
or future cons in general, right?
Yeah.
And
So-
they were like, sounds like your problem, bro.
Yeah.
So we have to pay for it.
So we have to pay for our own security.
That's
Yeah.
not cool.
But it's like,
Yeah.
because if the con was like, hey, we gave you like a shit ton of money, you can, for coming, then it'd be like, okay, well, all right. But Anime
Yeah.
like doesn't pay guests. So.
Yeah.
I was talking to when we went to Gamescom in Germany.
I've
Right.
got that one.
Yeah, that one's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But we were with Blizzard, and Blizzard gave us these 2 gigantic lads
Yeah.
to take care of us, and they were, oh my god, I'm still friends with them on Instagram. Like, oh my god, these guys were so awesome. I wonder if it's a disconnect with the whole like Hollywood thing in America,
Right.
Maybe.
and then like
Yeah.
because when we were in. Speak your mind. I heard it.
No, I'm go on. I was just I was thinking maybe, but
Yeah, 'cause,
that
like-
still wouldn't be an excuse.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. I do think it's still just that disconnect of not knowing.
It's like also, and I think there is this weird kind of sense of, if we admit that you will bring in these crowds, and
Yeah.
we kind of say, hey, you're worth that much, it means
Yeah.
that they have to then pay you more.
That's true.
Yeah.
They have to offer you more things.
Yeah.
And so there is that kind of, at least I get the sense of like, we don't want to be like, wow, you're such a big deal or something like that, because we don't want to have to then step up what we have to do
Yeah.
on our end.
I feel.
I
that.
think so.
I
I'm sure you
understand that.
maybe think that way when you just kind of feel the interactions you've had,
Yes.
where you try and explain things and they'll be like, yeah, but we think we know what's going to
There's also that like whole like exposure type. I don't want to say like
don't-
doing it for
I'm
exposure.
paid by exposure.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
nonsense, because like ultimately the algorithm at like TikTok, a Twitter, and a YouTube could get you so much more exposure than any amount of people you could meet at a convention. You might make stronger connections and you might make
Yeah.
more worthwhile
Yeah.
viewers.
Yes.
But in terms of like growth and actually like, is it worth like 5 days or 6 days?
Right.
Of, like, all
Not
that
really.
work.
Like after a
Yeah.
certain point, it's not worth it.
I
Like,
do wonder too, because like there are some things that I've done in my like career that I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if you pay me or not,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it
Yeah.
gets your foot in the door.
No, definitely,
And so
definitely.
then it kind of gets you to that point where you're just like, I'm down. Like they're like, oh, get Jess, she's down to do it, kind of thing.
But
And
I'm
Yeah.
sure that worked because that was like very early in that kind
Yeah.
of industry,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
But like
and
now it's just like, it's that's the old school method of doing things. you know?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, there's a big issue with artists getting paid in just exposure, right?
Yeah.
And, there is like some benefits to it early on in your career, but like when you're established, you
That's true.
gotta, there's a
You can throw
part
your
of
weight around.
professionalism that you gotta like expect from it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's,
I wonder if a lot of conventions are operating in that, like, oh, you're just a YouTuber. Come on, you'll do it.
there is some.
Sure there are.
there are some, not everyone, but like,
It depends, right, on who's running it as well. Because a lot of the cons, more often than not, they're like, I really like this person, or I'm
Yes.
a big fan. I want to
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
And if it's you, that's great.
Yeah.
But if they're a fan of older media and stuff,
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck about YouTube, it is like pulling teeth.
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
blatant bias, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
from con to
yeah.
con.
It's understandable. I'm like, if it's your con, I guess I get it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
want fucking me there. That's totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I mean, I'll live.
Well, that's why we're going on tour, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about this?
Can we talk about that?
I mean, it should be already announced by
We
the
said that
time.
last time.
Yeah, it should be announced by the time
Okay.
this comes out. But yeah,
Just do it ourselves.
yeah,
we'll
we're just
we'll
we're-
do
I-
it ourselves.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
just gotten to the point where we're just like, okay, yeah, cons are cool. You know, we've been doing it for a while, but now it's like the new meta, I guess.
To do something
For
yourself.
do something ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just become commonplace now for YouTubers to do tours. Eventually.
Yeah.
The OTK game thing. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
I
It was
yeah.
didn't
like
see that.
OTK's like E3 type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I did see this. I did
That
see
was awesome. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love that like our generation, our group of like creators and stuff like that are just going like we're just gonna make our own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is like so amazing. Like you're taking the power from away from like the old media stuff
Yeah.
and just putting in your own.
I mean,
stuff. It's
I mean,
awesome.
I think it has gotten to a point where you do have enough influence and reach to be able to, and as an influencer, you get used to big companies treating you like shit because you are an influencer.
Yes.
You don't, they
Yeah.
kind of
Sure.
like they kind of look down on you compared to like old traditional media. But then in reality, a lot of people, a lot of big mainstream content creators have the power and reach to make their own fucking like events and be even bigger than the ones that are run by big official companies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it's going to take for like companies to realize that, hey, people watch creators, people follow influencers, you
Yep.
know, it's
And people want to go see creators IRL.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
just
yeah.
online.
Exactly.
Would you guys do
exactly.
the creator clash?
I wouldn't personally because I don't.
I would consider it, I think.
I kind of want to get beat up.
Dude, you should.
Why
not?
Why not? Right?
why not?
I was we were at
Yeah.
a after party with Minx, and we did like some little. It's like a little like a boxing training
Yeah.
thing where you just have to tap the other person's shoulder,
Shoulder.
Yeah.
and then like dodge. And I did like this little dodgy thing, and she was like, "What the fuck? Like what the fuck was that?"
Because you're jittery.
I'm just,
You just have like a natural like.
I'd hate to go against you. I wouldn't know what's coming.
That's what she said. She's like, "Oh, you're a fancy boxer. I'm not gonna box you. Fuck off."
You should do it. You should
I
do it.
kind of really want to do it. I just think
mean,
it'd be
you're already
so
fit
fun.
enough.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would just be like a good fucking opportunity, and
Right?
it's just an excuse to stay fit as well,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
get paid to get in insane shape.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the best shape of your life. That sounds awesome.
And get I could be a real muscly mommy. Oh my goodness.
Imagine the
Slim
pyramid
mom.
head cosplays with abs.
Well, hell yeah.
God, I love pyramid head. Monsters in general.
So yeah, if you guys saw on our Twitter, you saw our new mascot. It's this little adorable creature. You want to stay here?
Yeah, this is the first animal we've ever had on set.
Yeah.
Other than Millie.
How long have you had? How long
a
have
good
you guys had Kato for?
Kato, we got right at the beginning of the pandemic, yeah? Yeah, we I don't know how we got a Shiba. We randomly put our name down to there's like a lady who does who breeds Shibas in Arizona who was living in Kyoto beforehand doing
Oh, wow.
it.
Right.
And so she moved to Arizona, and so she's like super certified, everything like that. She's like super pro and everything. But we put our name down for him, and we were just like, okay, like we were thinking about maybe having a dog, and then we kind of just went out about our lives. And then she called and she went, hey, someone backed out. They don't want this little guy. Do you want
Yeah.
him? We were like, we're here. That's our boy. We're here to get you.
I'm already outside.
I'm saying that you Spotify listeners are like missing out right now,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Spotify listeners, move to YouTube right
Yeah.
now for
Come
this
on
scene.
over, like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Is he your first pet?
He's he's like
Very
my
first.
first dog individual. I used to have like rats and stuff when I was a little girl in New Zealand.
Rats?
So did
rats.
everyone in New York.
I had
Wait,
a
like a pet
little,
rat?
Yeah, like a little pet rat named Sparky. Yeah, he was awesome. What do you mean? You don't like rats?
Why a rat?
It's not
Why-
even a mouse, like a rat.
Yeah, like
yeah,
a rat.
like rats are super smart and clever. You can teach them tricks, and they're super like just the sweetest little guys. Yes. Kado, you wanna go down? Kado.
He's figuring it out.
He's like, release me from the trash taste. There you go. Okay.
I would
Alright, now
love
we can move.
I would love to own a dog or just any kind of pet, but
Yeah.
just right now, as Garnt was saying, it's the busiest year of my life right now, and I just
Yeah.
do not have the time. to take
You know-
care
I
of
was
it.
running away.
Yeah. No, I want to get a pet really bad. But I would want to settle down first before I get a pet.
Yeah.
But like the more that time goes on, the less I know when I'm going to be settling down. So I'm just like I thought I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get a pet in a year. Then it went to 2 years, and 3 years, and I'm just like, I'll get a pet someday, maybe when I settle down. And I don't know when it's gonna be. One of these days, because like I don't want to be traveling a lot and like being away from home a lot when I have a pet. There,
I think we're gonna start. Aki and I are gonna start small, so we're gonna start off with like a fish
rat.
tank.
Yeah.
You know, just like fish, right? Because like that's
a rat.
a rat, yeah.
Why? What do you have to do?
A fucking rodent.
Why not mousy rodents? What the fuck?
I would understand like a mouse or like a
Yeah.
hamster.
No, rats are so clever and smart.
I
And they
bet
climb
they
up
are,
into your,
but-
in your shoulder and they give you little snuggles and kisses and they're so sweet.
I think it's because like everyone's idea of a rat is like this like a dirty street rat.
Yeah.
No, he said.
I hate it when they do that thing
and
where
there's
they're
gonna be
like,
so cute. That was adorable.
It's cleaning their face, dude.
Yeah.
Just
I hate
cleaning
that.
his
I
face.
hate that so much.
You hate cleanliness?
Yes.
Jesus
I
Christ.
live like
I
a
could smell
slum.
it.
What pet would you guys want if you could
Definitely
get
a
pet?
dog. Definitely a
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
Any
I
kind
was
of dog.
literally saying the other day I wanted a Shiba Inu.
You want a Shiba?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
want a
want
Shiba as
the
well.
tan one or the
The
sesame?
tan one, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Dogecoin.
It's
Oh,
the,
you
it's
want
the
the
default. I wanted the
Dogecoin.
default skin. I wanted the default version.
You don't want the season exclusive?
No, yeah, you got the Battle Pass
I did.
exclusive one, dude.
It comes with a
I
free.
got
It
the-
comes with a free Dogecoin.
I got
as
the
well.
PAX League skin.
Have you ever owned a pet?
No,
Never.
no. Parents wouldn't let me.
Really?
They were like, you won't look after it, so you don't have it.
You don't like rats, you can't have it. You can't have any pet.
Yeah.
If I'd have got a rat, my parents would have been like, you're gone. You're
Really?
gone.
Yeah.
They don't stink or anything. So I'm such a big rat advocate.
I think just the thought of having a rat in your house.
They're
It's like when you watch that TLC of that girl, like a 10-year-old girl who loves cockroaches. And for some reason, the parents let her have cockroaches. So just in the room, there's just a bunch of cockroaches all around her.
I wonder
she loves it.
what would be the negative thing of having a cockroach?
Well-
like health-wise, are they dirty?
Would they?
They're not.
They would breed, right?
The thing was, there was a bunch of them, and they were clearly just around the house.
So the only
Yeah.
thing that would be bad is just that they would be there.
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that like there's
I'm
not
pretty
many
sure
people
they carry
who,
like
Yeah, and a lot of diseases,
yeah,
right?
they carry
Yeah.
a lot of diseases.
Yeah.
Do they? Okay, because I was
see-
trying to see the duality of cockroach.
Yeah.
You know, to
Is
try
it,
to
isn't
like.
it like rats? Rats can carry a lot of diseases,
I got two
right?
cockroaches in me right now.
the clean one and the dirty one.
fucking full set.
I don't know if I'm full of shit, but I swear rats can carry, but like
Yeah,
not
but
by
not
birth.
the pet ones.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I
like
say,
you
like,
get ones
like-
from the
Yeah, they only
shop.
carry it because they're in the fucking sewers
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah,
What
they
if your-
had to. They're little
What if
hardened
your
warriors.
pet rat met the other hardened warrior rats?
They would get married, and it would be amazing because you
It would
would
just
have
be-
the
it would just be
perfect-
flushed
It
away.
would be berserk, and it would be guts and Casca,
Yeah,
and it would be amazing.
You'd be like the
and
parent
then-
of like, oh, he's bringing like the sketchy kid
Yeah.
home to hang out in my house.
And
like,
I would love that sketchy kid because that's what parents should do when you see the sketchy kid. You go, "Are you okay at home? I am looking to see if you have enough in your bowl, not if you have too much."
bring in all of the chlamydia, all of
Let's
the
go.
cholera, the black plague hasn't been
Yeah.
around for a long time.
Doesn't matter. I'm adopting you. It's
Collecting the Infinity Stone of diseases.
but clearly a more patient and caring person than myself.
you're British.
Yeah, that's true.
I think us in Europe have just been like, you know.
Oh, that's true. You
The
did
rats-
have
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
black
yeah.
plague.
They
Yeah.
spread the
That's
black
We are
plague.
very
Okay,
scared of rats.
look, it's been
only killed a third of Europe.
Yeah, I know, only a third of Europe. What do we have against rats? I don't know. What's wiped our entire fucking
Well,
population?
You know, there's still the bubonic plague. It still exists.
It does.
Is it really?
There's people who still get it.
I think it's like
Very,
I think it's
very
like
rarely.
still like it's like two
New
or three.
fear
It's like 2 or
unlocked.
3 people a year in the States alone get the black plague.
And it's me.
Probably you owned
Yeah.
a rat.
So in Thailand, there's actually like a lot of like street dogs, right? Just like roaming around, and they're just fucking built different than like than like, you know, like
They're from the
best-
streets.
Yeah, they are from the streets, right? They literally, right? Because I remember the first time Sydney went to Thailand, she's like, "Oh, look at all the dogs! Look at that! I want to take care of them all." And I'm like, Sydney, these are the dogs you need to be careful of, right?
Yeah.
This is like the fucking ghetto of like the dog world right now. You do not want to bring fucking
The dog steps up on its hind legs,
Yeah,
pulls out
yeah,
a
yeah.
knife, and says, "Like, give me your fucking money."
yeah. So like, obviously, like a lot of dogs have like very sensitive stomachs. You really need to like take care of what you feed them and everything
Yeah.
like that. Which is why you have like specialized dog treats and everything
Yeah.
like that. So I remember there was like a street dog just like outside of a combini. And Sydney felt bad, so she wanted to like feed it, right?
Yeah.
And so what she did, and I was like, Sydney, don't do this. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Don't, like, you know, as much of a dog, even if you're a dog lover, you need to like be careful of street dogs, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times they're undomesticated.
Dude, rabies is fucked.
Just
Yeah.
animals in general.
Yeah. So she goes in the combini and buys like a pack of like dog food, right? Dry pre-packaged dog food.
Yeah.
And she like tries to feed this
bro,
street dog. and so she pours a little pile of this dog food, and she's like, come on, come eat, you must be hungry. And the dog comes over, has one sniff of it, and just like fucks off. He's like, what the fuck is this food, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought the dog was gonna bite at that bag.
No, because
Yeah, I was expecting the dog to be like,
so because like the dog then like just goes around the corner, and like there's like some like chicken bones on the streets, and he just starts snacking on that because normally you can't feed.
Straight to the source.
Yeah,
baby.
straight to the source. Like
I don't want that processed shit. I want that free range.
yeah.
Cereal. I want this.
Dog
Yeah.
has taste, man.
Yeah, it's just like the dogs there are just different, and it's just so it's kind of common for like a lot of like Thai houses to have like some kind of dogs. So,
I mean, Japan's like that with cats as well. There are so many fucking. There are like
is, right?
70 million cat islands,
Cats
or
around the
like what
world.
they love to call cat islands, because
Yeah.
it's
Around the
just
world, man.
so many abandoned islands, especially in the south of Japan, that
Yeah.
are just more cats than people now.
yeah.
And like, I went to a couple of them, and yeah, they're fucking cute because there's just like cats everywhere. So if you
Yeah.
love cats, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But then you remember they're probably infested with fleas,
Yeah.
probably got rabies.
Yo, they from the
Probably-
streets.
They
man.
are these are like street cats, dude. Like
Street sharks.
Yeah,
Rabies
honestly.
is scary.
it's
Yeah.
scary, dude.
Yeah.
Man, fucked.
Have
Like,
you ever had
I-
babies?
No, I've seen videos of people with it where they're trying to drink water because you
Yeah.
can't drink water. Like,
And you know, there's no cure for rabies.
there's no cure.
You can only prevent it from happening, right?
It's-
But
it's
there's actually like no
horrible.
known cure
So
for rabies
bad.
once it actually gets into your system.
I think when there was that whole scare with like in the DC when there was a fox that had bitten people and given them, it was like a few months ago, it'd given a few people rabies, and a bunch of videos are going around showing like what happens when you get it, because you physically can't drink water.
Yeah.
Like
What do you mean?
Like, so you try to drink it and you're like, you spit it out because
Yeah.
your body just like rejects it.
Oh my god.
It's
so you just
horrible.
suck. So you
Yes,
have to
you
just
just
get
die.
like IV.
Yeah, but a lot of people just die. You
Yeah.
die
Wow.
normally quite shortly after. It's
sounds
really
so
horrible
bad.
disease, and it's like one of those things you're like, rabies, and then like when you see it, you're like, oh god, oh
Rabies.
god,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fucked. But everyone's like, it's just a cute animal.
So if you
pet."
see a
That's
street
true.
animal, just admire it from a distance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know,
But
be
I always
careful.
find it funny because you can definitely tell, like,
well,
sometimes.
they froth, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
froth in the mouth.
Yeah. But like, you can definitely tell, like, when you're walking around in Thailand, sometimes like someone takes a dog out on the walk, and you can tell the difference between like the domesticated
Yeah.
dogs
Yeah.
and the street dogs. It's just like the domesticated dog looks over, and like the street dogs are just like, yo, you've come to the wrong neighborhood, man. Look at this man. Look at this
On
privileged
my
motherfucker.
turf, really?
That was like we went to Tanzania to climb Kilimanjaro, and then same with Nepal as well. We like it was the same thing. There's
You
like this-
climbed Kilimanjaro?
yeah.
Damn, dude.
It was cool.
I like how she just
yeah.
casually throws it
Yeah,
out.
just
But-
like,
Yeah,
just like Kilimanjaro, no biggie.
No, it was my mom wanted to do it, so she brought us all over there. But like the dogs everywhere around there as well. Same
Yeah.
thing, just so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of like nice though, because the dogs there in Tanzania were like, you could tell that they could just kind of like go into people's homes and just kind of like go
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
were like you would see one and they would just kind of like walk right into the thing,
Oh
and then
my
they would
God.
kind of like, oh, come on up, you know, like how like Pippin jumps on the stool and like in Lord of the Rings. That's like kind of do that with the dogs.
Right.
there. It was cool.
Why that specific?
I don't know. I really like Lord of the Rings.
Valid.
yeah.
Yeah, you had a really weird experience, right, Joe? Because you had a cat as a kid, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that. And then you became allergic to cats.
I had 3 cats.
And you became allergic.
And then I became allergic. So it was so weird. So like when I was born, I had one cat called Marble.
Right.
And she was really cute. And then she died shortly after I was born because she was quite an old cat. So and then we got 2 more cats because my parents just fucking love animals. Like I was surrounded by animals my entire life.
Yeah.
So I had these 2 cats, Little Guy and Pocky. And I had them till I was maybe like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then just completely coincidentally, like 2 weeks after my last cat, Pocky, had passed away, I was going to go get an allergy test. All right, because I'd never got one in my
Yeah.
life. So my mum was just curious, being like, oh, I wonder if you have any food allergies or,
Yeah.
you know, medicinal allergies or whatever. And because it's free in Australia, right? So it's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So I went to go get it, and then I did the test, and I remember specifically there was one part of my arm that was really fucking itchy.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, like, yeah, I definitely have an allergy towards something.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. And then the doctor came in, they were like, yeah, so you're allergic to cats. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I had a cat up until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The doctor explained that apparently it's like a thing where if you're surrounded by a certain allergenic for your entire life and then suddenly it gets cut off, your body has like a whiplash effect where you can actually develop an allergy. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how accurate that is.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what happened, Joey.
Yeah.
Your body was like, I will never love another cat again.
Yeah.
I am not allowed to love any more cats,
Dude, that's honestly probably what happened. Which just sucks because I fucking love cats. And it's like, and now, like, you know, over time, like, I've just grown to like get allergic to like all sorts of different animals.
Do you feel any like of an itchy nose when you put your like face into Kato at all?
So, okay, so for dogs
Yeah.
and some other animals, it depends. So, like with dogs, I'm allergic to some breeds,
Okay.
but not others. I'm probably okay with Kato.
I wonder, yeah.
Because normally I would be sniffling like a motherfucker right
Yeah.
now. But I've gotten pretty close to him already. Like he was sitting here just a
Yeah.
moment ago and I'm completely fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think I'm okay with him, but like some other like long-haired dogs, for instance, the moment I enter, like it got so bad to the point I remember in high school where I went to a friend's house for the first time and I started sniffling outside of his house and I said, "Do you have a dog in your house?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, how did you know?"
I feel like I can.
Because I'm fucking dying right now.
That's like a superpower.
Yeah, like my sinuses are getting destroyed right now. And so I could tell
Wow.
immediately.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've hated cats for so long.
Right.
And only recently have I met a couple of really sweet cats and I'm just like, oh my fucking god.
Oh,
I
I mean,
so
like,
wrong.
By
I'm
default,
allergic.
join the club.
It was so fucking annoying. I was like, oh, you're just the sweetest little baby and I love you. It was like a little stray that we found and then we got him a new home, but we had to give him away because I put my face into him and he was like drooling on me and I was like, I don't fucking care. It's amazing.
Get out of it, and your face is
And then
like
I
fucking.
came out and I was like, I think I'm allergic.
That's rare because like 99% of the time, cats are cunts. They are
man.
assholes. They're
Yeah.
such asshole creatures, but there's something about them where you just like,
It's because it's
I'll
like-
forgive you.
Yeah, it's a hard level game. The reason
Yeah.
why people like cats is because if that cat likes you and nobody else, that's
worth so much
Then it's
more.
like,
that's
fuck yeah.
that's like
I'll tell you what it
that's
is.
a
Cats
Souls
are
game.
just the tsundere of the anime world. right. You're like they fucking.
Why do
give
you want a dog? You should
Huh?
have a cat.
You get,
I want a
Shiba.
cat as well, honestly. Like
Yeah.
Get a
I'm
Shiba, that's like a tsundere dog.
yeah. That's why I want a Shiba actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I get it because like you know they're like fucking moody teenagers a lot of the time. Like cats, right? They're just like they just do their own shit.
But then the moment they show a slight bit of like love towards you,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
you little fucking,
yeah, like
you little dickhead.
actually, there's in my house in England, we have like the neighbor has a cat, right? But it like comes into our garden so often that me and Sydney just like we didn't know what its name was, so we kind of just like gave it a name.
Right.
So I don't know how this name came about, but we just started calling her Scarlet Joe.
This poor cat has identity issues, so I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah. And initially she would come over and she'd see us and she would like fucking scuttle off or something, and then slowly but surely like she'd come over to our like garden so often that we started like trying to give her a little bit of attention. At first she was like, no, get the fuck away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me, right? And then like what happened was we moved to Thailand. Me and Sydney moved to Thailand, right? And after we had come back to England for like a quick trip, we go outside. And then Scarlet Joe just fucking bolts it towards us to be like, oh my God, where were you? And like, that was the first time we were able to pet her. And we were able to pet her. And then we were able to pet her for like a full 5 minutes. And then she was like, all right, I don't like you anymore.
The honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah, the honeymoon phase is over. But it
have good
happens
memory.
it happens every time now where we go away, we come back to England,
Yeah.
and then she sees us and she's like, for the first meeting, she's like so excited. And I'm like, yes, I live for this. I live for this.
You totally just reminded me. This is the most Australian story I have, but we
Right.
had that exact same experience in our neighborhood,
Right.
but instead of a cat, it was a rock wallaby.
What's a rock wallaby?
Like
So
this
think
little-
of a kangaroo, but like miniature size.
Oh my god.
And it's just these like wallabies that just they just hop around in the forest like along like rock
Right.
like structures. And we had one because like I live right next to like a national park.
Yeah.
So it was like just my backyard was a national park. So like every now and then we would just see this rock wallaby on the street. And we're like, it's like, oh, that's really cute, But like, but it was no biggie, right? Because it's like national parks right there,
Yeah.
whatever. But then like the more I saw it, the more it would like get closer to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And get more comfortable with me, even though I wasn't doing anything to it.
Right.
I was like,
Slow little waves.
yeah, I would walk. Yeah, I would walk back home from school, and they would just be like, "The rock wallaby." I'm like, "Oh, you're a lot closer than last time." So I'm like, maybe I can pet him. Maybe I can muster up the energy to pet him.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, as I was coming back from school, same fucking rock wallaby like hops over, and I was like, I'm gonna go towards it. I'm gonna try my chances, but like because it's a rock wallaby, right? They're
Yeah.
really fucking like cautious. They're
Right,
like the
right.
squirrels of Australia.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
A fucking mini kangaroo
Yeah.
is the squirrel of
But pretty much. But like squirrels are kind of the same thing where they're like sometimes they'll come close to you because they're a little curious.
They'll never let
Right.
you pet them.
but they'll never let you pet
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I got close and it'd be like, oh, step back, motherfucker. It's like we're cool, but we're not that cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But then eventually it got to the point where I got one pet in, and I was like, yes! It was the best feeling. And I was like, Mom, can we have the rock wallaby? I want it as a pet. But you can't do that in Australia, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I remember
Australians are
that.
addicted to the energy of petting. Like
We just love animals,
Animals.
man.
Yep.
You were saying
Yeah.
before, like Australians just are good with animals.
you,
I
you
feel
really
like
are.
I feel like
Yeah.
you have to be to survive though. You know,
Yes.
that's like not
It's
a
a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's,
just-
it's like we won't fuck with you as long as you don't fuck with us.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I'm like scrolling on TikTok and I see some Australian guy fucking with like an animal,
Yeah.
and he's like, he'll have like a full on tarantula on his leg, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
right, mate. You're right. All right."
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes these guys get a little bit in your house. You just gotta let him go. You just like put him down, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, see ya." And then everyone in the comments is like, "What a fucking giga chat!" Like, just laugh.
No, he's
Yeah.
just Australian.
Yeah, no.
You guys are like that fucking what are those like fucking guy like creatures called in like Avatar where they like have to be like one with nature, right? In order
Is
to
it Halo?
survive. Sorry?
Is it Halo? Wait, what kind of avatar are you talking about? Like Avatar or
The
like?
James Cameron Avatar.
Avatar.
I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
I thought you meant.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
Oh, no,
Airbnb
no.
Avatar.
I should have said James Cameron Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly, right?
Fuck, you know that net off by heart.
Because I fucking love Avatar and I want to be an Avatar.
That's the blue. That's the blue.
Are you
people,
the
right?
Yeah, the
only
blue
person
people.
excited for Avatar 2?
Okay, look.
Are you the reason James Cameron is still like, I promise there's going to be 4 of them? Oh.
Okay, like the only thing that I think, okay, I love the idea of aliens and just like leaving and dipping, and I love the old like, I mean, I build fairy houses, I love nature, like I want to
Yeah.
have a property and like
Yeah.
live out in the
Yep,
forest,
yep,
you know,
yep.
this is like my jam on steroids. Obviously, it's gonna be bad. I'm still gonna watch it because
I
it's
hope it's not bad because
Like,
he's hyped
yeah.
this shit up more than anything.
the fact that just the anime. I just want to see what people are able to do with like the animation and everything these days.
Nowadays,
It's huge.
yeah.
and
Well,
then,
I
like,
mean, the other movie that he kind of helped with, the anime adaptation movie that he didn't direct, but he kind of helped. What's that one?
Oh, Love, Death and Robots?
no.
no.
He.
No, that's David Finch.
that
That's
was-
David
What was the
Finch.
anime with the girl with the big eyes?
Oh,
Alita
Alita Battle
Yeah,
Angel.
that's the
Battle
fucking.
Angel,
That's what.
Alita.
Give,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Alita.
never
Like
saw
that was
that.
like the. I think he worked a lot with the people who did it. And so I think if it's that good quality, Alita was really fucking good looking.
Is it?
Yeah, it looked awesome.
I didn't see it, so
It looked
I mean,
fucking
that's all, like,
awesome.
previews and
It
stuff.
was all right.
I mean it was
I like Alita. I thought Alita was really good.
it was a good film.
What I want them to do is I want this stuff to go well with this kind of animation, so they could redo the World of Warcraft movie, completely animated,
That's not
and they
gonna
could redo the
happen. That's not gonna
Halo
happen.
series, completely animated,
That's
so
not
we can
gonna
get
happen.
massive.
I mean, the
views.
Halo one was rough.
Look.
Does
I don't
Halo
know
even have a
why-
good storyline to adapt?
Actually, yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of a sick world.
I never paid attention to it.
It's a really cool world concept. And
Really?
It's just, yeah, it's a shame they turned it into this fucking mediocre shit fest.
It's like they just got to take Chief, actual Chief,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like animate little tiny Cortana and like all that stuff, and then yeah.
There's a lot of politics in Halo. Like a
Yeah.
lot of politics. It works really
The
well.
Arbiter is fucking sexy.
Yeah, the Arbiter.
Oh my god, Ryan has the mark of shame on the back of his leg.
No way.
Yes.
That's fucking sick.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Fucking love all the Arbiter memes.
I think it's time to finish.
Yeah, I think
right.
like who wants to make like a compilation of just like Jessica noises that you've made on this
Me just
podcast?
nutting over monsters.
So good. Oh!
So you don't have a point where you can just.
Can he destroy me? Oh, fuck him.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you so much for watching this episode of Trash Tape.
Hey, look at all these
Yes.
patrons, though. Oh my god, do you see them all?
Pick your favorite.
Whoa! Can I grab this one?
Oh, Moon, good luck with that.
I love you.
But hey, if you'd like to be eaten by Jessica Nigri, then make sure to go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trashtaste.
Or somewhere else.
Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And
Is there anything you want to shout out, Jess?
I don't have to tell you. Go check out
No.
Jess stuff.
Be good to each other. Be kind. Life is short. You don't know what's going to happen, so enjoy every moment.
Okay, we'll leave her stuff in the description anyway.
I thought you were just.
that
I
too.
thought you were just going to shout out your socials.
Oh, no.
that too.
What kindness. What kindness.
Yeah, out of kindness.
What a
Well, thanks
kind
for coming,
soul.
Jess.
Thanks for
so much
having me.
going on.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
This is so good to see you.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.